What's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Sarlacc Digest Mando Mondays editions. This is episode 92, being recorded on December 7th, the day that lived in infamy for a couple of reasons, and we'll get in that. Not real world issues, but we'll get into what happened last Friday, 2020.
I can't hold it no more. There you go. That's it. Boba Fett.
Last week was Thrawn. This week is Boba Fett. Oh my God. Yeah, I don't even know who I am anymore because of what's going on. So, but I am your host, Darth Moocher, and I'm joined here with Chris, Mr. Hot Topic.
Well, hi. I was all excited about the return from the dead of the famous F-E-N-N-I-C Fennec. Fennec return. I could give a damn up until this episode about
That's
Fennec.
right. Back from the dead, Fennec.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
We've got Scott Solo here with us.
Hey, what's up, nerds?
We've got Ernie the Fallen Fett.
Boba Fett. That's it.
That's all he's going to say all night long.
That's
Boba
fine.
Fett.
Yeah. That's okay. Joey and Mike are absent today, but we're going to hold down the fort.
Boba Fett.
Everybody in the chat room, thank you very much for joining. Scott, who is with us in the chat room?
So far, we've got Santo1414. We've got Douglas Tupper, Bounty Hunter B&B, Gordon Skalski, and Mando Mike and Gavin Connor.
Awesome. Thank you guys for joining.
What I'm hoping soon is we get Han a cameo somewhere or a mention, and then Scott can go nuts on the next episode and go, Han.
Han.
And then we can just have all day, all three of us, not to respond to you, but Han, Thrawn, Boba Fett.
That makes that makes a good point. You know,
Moocher, who's yours?
R2D2. If the droids show up in the Mando series at some point,
They're in Rebels. Why not?
exactly.
Right,
I was just thinking about this right now. Like, where are the droids, and why aren't we? Why couldn't we get them? I mean, if we get into
just
more,
like anybody else, as long as you can get Luke in, you can get R2 in.
yes.
If you go to any kind of capital where we're at right now, for any holy crap, I've never even thought about them visiting the New
That's what I'm
Republic.
saying.
Yeah.
Not until right now, when you mention Han Solo, then I go, wait a second. Why couldn't there be an R2 or a 3PO cameo in the future here? Especially if we get tied into New Republic stuff, right?
And part of me wants to say it's overkill, but they did do it in Rebels, and we did see just about everybody, and literally their
Rebels was like episode 2, wasn't it?
Like when we started seeing people.
No, with 3PO and R2, wasn't it the next?
Oh, it was pretty early. You got
It was
3PO
early
and
on.
R2.
Yeah, I think it was like episode 2, and you're like, okay.
Yeah.
They were in that ship the whole time, and he was translating.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure it was like episode 2.
Yeah, because they were on the Star Tours ship,
Yes.
even.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Right,
Captain
yeah,
Rex,
that's
yeah.
the one, yeah.
Oh man, that again. I mean,
It was
we
a
say
filler episode, obviously, right?
we say these things. Yeah,
Did they show up in Resistance?
no.
Nobody showed up in Resistance.
Nobody but Kylo Ren.
So that's why it doesn't count, because they've been in everything. Literally in everything. And they
that's
weren't
a good
there,
point.
so that doesn't count.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're way sidetracked now. That has to happen, right?
Yeah,
This is Skywalker Saga now. This isn't outside of it. This is within
Right.
Skywalker Saga.
correct.
Right.
So that we need to see R2 and 3PO. Well, no, we didn't see them in Solo.
Do we, though? Do we?
We didn't see him in Solo.
We didn't see him in Solo, which I thought was a little bit of a miss because again, it was that ongoing.
We didn't?
No, remember there
so-
was two droids there that almost Easter egg like they were represented them in that not airport but that spaceport scene. There was two droids there that look like them, and people were like, "Hey, that might be just an homage to them."
But they did have Anthony Daniels in there as a human.
Correct.
In the Spice Mines. So,
Okay,
yeah.
so we're at least at that point, right?
Yeah.
Or we need to have Anthony Daniels in it.
I would be
Sure.
okay with
Oh,
it.
okay, yeah, I would be way cool with that.
Yeah.
but Ernie's dead on. Yeah, Droids in Distress was episode 2.
Wow.
There you go.
Yeah.
Awesome.
See?
Yeah, because I remember that. I was like, okay, well, right out the gate, here we go.
Yep.
I knew it was around the beginning.
Nailed it. Because they went right through the whole lineup, and it was ridiculous,
Yes.
right? The rebels could meet everybody, not sometimes within a rebellion type thing, and sometimes just on the side
Right.
too, like
And that's how Dave Filoni, Mando, I mean, that's what he does, right? He ties in the Star Wars universe really well. Does make it
Kinda.
smaller. He does make it smaller when he does that kind of stuff. But at the same time, look how we react to
neat that
it.
it's smaller. There's a point where you want this giant galaxy, but you also do want it to touch. You need everything to be so big that it affects an entire galaxy.
Again, look how we react to that smaller galaxy, and look how the world's reacting to it. It's working. Okay. Fan service is...
We're stupid.
Well, exactly. It's like, well, you know what? We're very easy to please. So,
dude, this one was fan service and then some.
Yeah. So your guys' reactions to this episode, does this beat out the Jedi?
No, not
for
me.
Ernie. Ernie, go, Ernie.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
this is... Oh, okay. I got to say, this has been since before Jedi. What was that one?
Siege.
Empire Strikes Back.
Siege,
right, that. Okay.
Right. I've liked it since then. It's been an ongoing rolling because we haven't had anything.
Right.
Because we thought, okay, Ahsoka's going to show up at the end. Boom, right. Ahsoka was there. Then we thought, okay, he's going to fly to Tython, and then he's there. Boom. Like, so there hasn't been a hold. Right. So for me, it's just been flowing. Has this been the best one?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Absolutely. But I can't like distinguish between these last three because it's been ongoing, and I love that part.
Yeah.
But yes, obviously, this has been the best.
Well, those three, and then even the one with Grief and Kara, when we got the clones and the troopers the first time, it's like, God, they're just on fire right now.
Yes.
It's like, and I didn't think they could top it. I was like, what are you going to do after last week? Really? You just had Ahsoka and Thrawn. Then you had 27 minutes of Fett punching people around and
missiles.
God.
Well,
not only that, they roped us in. Like, he knows what the hell he's doing.
Yeah.
Because you get him just interacting and messing with Grogu. Like by saying his name and the
chuckling.
Yes, the laughing at it. Like,
they know what we're going to react to every week.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. They roped you in.
We laugh when we're watching it in here. And it's like, you know what? He must have known that we were all going to get pissed off on Twitter. Not we. Right, about something,
right,
or like the eggs. The eggs I thought was neat because everybody was mad one week.
Yeah,
they didn't cover it. They didn't talk about it the next week. Oh, look, they taught him something here.
Right.
Okay, get over it. We know what we're doing. Then this one, like you said, oh, here's Grogu. You guys love him, and this is a good thing, right? And next week you played off it because you knew you were going to.
It's almost like it's like they had a crystal ball and they go, because this was filmed, last months ago, and they'd be like, let's double down on this whole Grogu reacting thing going on, and knowing that people are just going to eat it up, not be like, oh, come on.
Is spot on. That's why Filoni has it, because I think he's just one of us.
He is absolutely. But with that whole Disney gallery, and I heard that there's going to be a part 2 to that coming up after season 2. It just proves it. It proves it. He's sitting around the table with really genius people, but he's the one that shines, like, because he's the fan and he's sitting there and he's schooling them on how Star Wars.
Wants to say that's cute.
Yeah.
Here's what we're gonna do.
Exactly. That was fun. But you know what?
Yeah.
Like, it's almost like, he's writing it for himself because he knows if he likes it, we'll like it.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
And I think I trust that. If he likes it, I'll like it.
Yeah. So I didn't know the title of this going in, So when it came up and it said The Tragedy,
my
heart
I missed it.
Huh?
My eyes were down on the title.
Oh, you didn't see the title.
I went back up and I was like, I said, what's? I just.
Okay. Yeah. It said The Tragedy, and an immediate thought. I go, here we go. This is what we talked about last week. Was this is the Dark Note? What's
just happening earlier than we thought?
Yeah, and obviously, we knew that they were going to Tython, but again, we didn't know it was to be this early. We thought it was going to be the last episode of the show. Yeah. So, and that just makes me more excited because we have 2 episodes left of this show to be like, what the heck is going on?
Only 2. That sucks.
But at the same time,
and we may theory craft and think of what it comes, but the way, like I said, they've been rolling, and hitting it right away, I honestly don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, this episode actually was one of the closest things we had kind of had.
Yeah.
Right.
This is, we were pretty deep on. What was it? I was sure they were going to actually. I know we're jumping ahead. They were going to trap the Razor Crest and Grogu at the same time, and they would have to take Slave One to go blah, 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 within the next 3 episodes. I didn't think it would be within the next 20 minutes.
Yeah, this was like this was a season finale episode.
It really
on normal shows, right?
Yeah,
it really was.
On normal shows, like we talk about Walking Dead, right? This would be something with that cliffhanger done, and we have to wait 10 months for the conclusion or the ongoing saga. But oh my God. So
the cliffhangers first, but I kind of like to Ernie's point about how the last couple have just kind of flowed together. This whole season has flowed together way better than last time.
Yes.
If you if you edit this together like in one solid pop, it's a movie.
Yeah.
It's really clean too.
They really found a groove with this season. So far, you know, last season again it was real like, what are we doing? Okay, we got this thing, and now it's like more of the same, and then it got good, and then meat. But this season really kind of like the story blasted open. It's like this story is going, and then this is supposed to be the setup for season 3 and 4 as the main focus. I'm just like, I'm in. I mean, I'm in, of course.
I don't even know where they would go with season 3 and 4. If this is just a setup, come on.
You know that they have to continue what this whole thing was with these side shows or these side missions. Not side. I'll rephrase
There's going
that.
to be all these spin-off shows.
Well,
and it's all going to come down to the Grisk.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. They could
that's
absolutely
introduce
that.
The Yuzon Vong of the new canon. Like, that's it.
Right.
Dude,
they're building up the Grisk within the Thrawn books right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody's here. Thrawn's coming in. We haven't had a Grisk explanation because he was gone the whole time. There's no way they got cleared up.
Right.
No way. So there we go. Everybody's going to be fighting, in-house fighting, and they're all going to have to come together and fight the Grisk or the Grisk are going to take over the Empire and have them, because the mind control or what have you, and take over the Empire fleet. And there you go. That's what's going to happen. They're all going to link.
Yeah, I said a long time ago when we were reviewing the Thrawn books, they've greenlit 6 Thrawn books, right? 2 trilogies, correct?
Yeah.
Why would they do that? I mean, like, seriously, why would you start setting that up a long time ago? 2 trilogies, a new canon Thrawn book. I mean, really.
So at one point it was just like, well, he's the most popular or famous or whatever it is book character,
correct,
right? So you just continue with that. But yeah, to your point, they're going full on.
I mean, it's just a beautiful setup.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. Before we get into everything Fett and just how amazingly awesome he is, I know you guys feel the same.
Of course.
Now I do.
Well,
The rumor that I saw today a lot, Chris, was that the voice actor was going to play him. How do you feel about that?
Oh, that's what I want. It's one of the 2 I wanted. He was always my original one until Matt Smith on The Crown.
Yeah, that was a big one that I kept getting sent today. So I was like, okay, I'll ask Chris. I
saw that too, and I read the article, and the main article, the one that started it, and it was from England. It was from the UK.
Yes.
And the first thing it said was in talks to play Thrawn in The Mandalorian. So I had to think about him all. Okay, hold on. We're already in season 2. It must be. He obviously won't see him now, is what that's telling me. Right. So that makes sense. So it could be for Mandalorian 3, and I'm thinking probably more for Ahsoka if they do that too.
Correct. Right.
But again, all of these shows intertwining, it'll be the one big end.
The intertwining is fantastic. The Rosario, or I'm not gonna say that. The Ahsoka live action absolutely worked, and I think that's like, all right, we got it. The public knows it. They're thrilled with it. And
they did that, and then they fixed all the animations, so brought these people back, and then they brought back somebody from Legends and the OG trilogy to make us all go nuts.
You know what I see it as what I was thinking of today as the whole, I can't believe we keep jumping right in and everything. Exactly what you guys just said as far as okay, they're okay with it.
Yeah.
This was kind of a test because I haven't heard anybody saying I don't like it anymore.
Right.
Because they did it to say, I don't know who Bo-Katan is.
Right.
I don't know who Ahsoka is. This Thrawn guy. Okay, who's Boba Fett? Why is this a big deal?
Right.
Nothing.
Nobody
I haven't. Everybody's exactly. Everybody's just, this is awesome show.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. These are more characters.
Because how they're bringing them in, they can develop organically. They can bring in these EU characters or even original trilogy characters, right? Like Boba Fett. Introduce them as a standalone character. We're all flipping out, and then as that character gets grown organically, people will be like, "I love that character." Right. Oh my God!
Right. They learn them now, and they go back and figure out why we've loved them already.
Yeah,
and that's the thing, and that's what's really cool. They're not drowning out the casual fans, and just the Mandalorian watchers. They're not drowning them out.
Right.
They're giving us a ton with just bringing them in.
Yeah,
and for them, it's a green light. It's a green light to go ahead because there is no. Okay, I don't know who these people are. Right. I'm not watching no more.
Right.
No, everybody's still watching.
No, they're doing it very smart.
And even for us, a lot of the stuff that you would think or people know from like the Legends coming in. Let's talk like the chain code, right?
Oh my God.
Stuff like that. People will geek out about that, but it's just going to teach everybody. And it's reteaching us,
right?
Right. So it's going to bring things back from Legends to canon and reteach us what counts now.
Correct.
Right. Because there's a lot of things from that comic set, right? They can't be canon.
Yes.
But that stuff can.
Yes.
You know, and they're going to bring back the things they can from
I'm a prime example of that. I know enough to be a little dangerous on EU, but I don't know enough to be in like a panel. You know what I mean? Of EU. This gets me a lot of stuff that comes in, and I'm really excited to re-explore it, especially as this canon timeline becomes, you know, more in depth and more just awesome, right? I'm excited to have these EU characters come in and educate myself as a Star Wars fan, you know, of background and stuff, and be like, oh, that was okay, that was the books that I didn't explore, you know, or the comics and stuff. But yeah, man, like I know that we're praising the show because it deserves it. I'm sorry. If I had something to complain about the show, I'd be like, yeah, it's just boring and filler, but I don't. And
but there is complaints out there too. But complaints as far as the point of they're complaining because they've had years of knowledge with this, but the difference is now they're still accepting it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, oh, okay, you said no to this and like that. Like I've seen a lot of the cosplayers, a lot of the people who do FET, like hardcore.
Oh, okay.
Like just totally breaking down everything.
Of course
the
are.
Costume, this was wrong. Correct. And I can understand that point.
Right.
And at the same time, though, they're not mad. They just wish it was corrected. So they're making their point and they still loved it, though.
Right.
That's the difference instead of destroying it and bad mouthing it and, oh, this never existed. Yeah. Oh, we should redo this. They're still okay with it.
Like
I think that's the huge.
What were they complaining about?
Yeah, give us some examples.
Oh man, just everything from the rocket wasn't the right rocket. Him being bigger. No, correct. But I get this though too. If this is, you know, they've built their costume forever.
Yeah.
They see this on and they're like, whoa, wait a second, this isn't right. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, we discussed that about when Cobb Vanth had it, right? It was like, well, if he shoots the rocket, he needs to get a new rocket.
Where is he getting these rockets?
Right.
The
Jawas had a bag.
What's that?
Boba got his from Slave One. Obviously, his cash was in Slave One. So whenever he got his backpack back, he just went into Slave One, grabbed a rocket, and he was good to go.
Right.
Oh, because the rocket was gone.
Because the rocket was gone, yeah.
Yeah, because it was fired already.
Yeah, it was fired by Cobb.
Right.
There you go. So which would explain then Return of the Jedi rocket not being present.
Exactly.
He's got an old one.
Right.
Stuff like that has been down in the talks and everything, but they're still not saying like a horrible episode.
Right. That didn't destroy the show for him. Exactly.
Correct. Right. And I think that's a huge difference of knowing what Filoni is doing. He may have mistakes like that. Okay, so be it. But everybody's still accepting of what he's bringing back.
Oh God!
Isn't it funny that each week we can find a small portion of the fan base that we piss off?
Yeah.
Because honestly, it was last week too. It was the same ones. It was the cosplay, which is weird.
Right.
Because it was Ahsoka's creases they were flipping out about.
That's exactly what I thought about. Yeah.
And it's weird that we can. You would think that everybody would embrace it, like, okay, I have something new to look at or try to do, or let me change that.
Right.
Rock it out. No, it's not accurate, and it's like, wow, we can piss off one set of the fan base every single week.
Exactly. It's so easy. Yeah. You know.
But that's what I'm saying. Like from the beginning of, and let's just say episode 8, that destroyed a lot and people's hate and everything. And here you have them still complaining like the Ahsoka, but yet they still loved it.
Right.
Nobody is like, oh, forget this show.
Right.
Oh my God.
No,
they wanted answers and exactly. Why didn't you do this? Which is so cool. And the whole chain code thing now and everything.
Oh my God.
A couple seconds to blow away everything. Oh my God.
When we get to that, let's just screw it. Let's just
let's
go
get
all
into
over the place right now.
Yeah.
On that piece, that's you. I thought it answered it, right? I thought it 100% answered it. But I want to hear all you guys. What's your take on the Fets being Mandalorians?
Django being a Mandalorian, I love it.
Yeah, Django as a foundling is awesome, but Mando, I don't know the rule. I don't know the ins and outs of how to become a full-fledged Mandalorian.
So you're not answered either.
They haven't revealed it yet.
Right.
A, B, C, D, E, F, yes.
F, yes.
Yes. I was going through my A, B, C.
So you think Fett is a Mandalorian?
Yes. I think what it correlates to is this. It's almost like the way I understood on the show. Django being a full-fledged Mandalorian, fought in the Mandalorian Civil War.
Yes.
Had his mentor as a Mandalorian.
Foundling, yeah.
Foundling. Okay.
Like born in.
And his offspring, like Boba Fett's whole thing was, that was my father's, who was a Mandalorian, and in rights, it's mine. And in that whole in rights, like Boba Fett doesn't have to be a Mandalorian, but I guess the creed I guess, dictates.
No, Boba Fett's not doing it because it's a Mandalorian armor. He's doing it because it's his dad's armor.
Well,
right,
but
and
but
he
in
did
order
not take the oath.
Yeah, but
Right.
for order for Mando to hand it over to him, he had to be a Mandalorian. But there's something in that creed that says that if it's by rights yours, then it's yours.
But we also had Bo-Katan coming in and saying you were taught by them.
Right.
Which creed?
So there's different. There's different
Django,
teachings.
Django was a foundling,
but we learn who Django now was taken in by.
Yeah.
And that brings him to it now too.
Yeah.
Right. So that was huge. So that's where I see it as okay, so if that was his dad then, like it
so Jasker brings in Django, right?
Okay.
Correct.
He finds him after his parents are killed. He brings in him. He's a family.
Yes.
Now.
Right.
Okay. And now he's considered.
Now he's Mandalorian, right? So is Boba by birth Mandalorian?
That's what I say.
But he's not born. He's by. Does that mean I have a million Mandalorians out there fighting the Clone Wars?
Yeah, right.
That's essentially. I mean, that's not a far stretch, right?
By I guess what the episode just said, right?
Because of the helmets and everything.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, and then
too, though.
Right. So like Rex is a Mando.
Yeah, that's hard.
You're right,
tough,
Chris.
That's the one is I thought it was cut and dry. When I left that episode, I was like, okay, Django's Mando, which I'm awesome with, and then Boba's not, which I'm awesome with too. He just takes his dad's armor. And then that came up, and I was like, oh man, now I'm a mess.
Well,
because I don't know if it's by birth.
By his dad's teaching.
Well, like I said, I don't like Chris. This is how I understand it. Like, Boba Fett's not a Mandalorian, but he deserved that armor because of rights and by creed. If it belongs to blood, I don't know. It's something to be handed down. Now, Mandalorian, Din, he obviously agreed to that.
He
show with the chain code.
This belongs to you.
Yeah, because your dad was. But
there's just so much. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no.
I'm interrupting you.
I'm just saying. Like we have a lot of not sex. SECS.
Oh yeah, we do.
Sex
SECTS.
In the Mandalorian lore that dictates all kinds of things. The Mandalorian follows one thing. Bo-Katan follows another. There's a whole bunch. So, in this day and age, they're trying to restructure themselves anyway. Bo-Katan is trying to take back Mandalore and restructure Mandalore.
There's so much we don't understand about the culture as a whole.
Right.
And that's what I was going to agree to too. Is now here's our chance to.
Yeah, exactly. Because we can
get a show.
In the first season, they said, is Mandalorian a race or a...
I thought it was like a creed.
They said it's a creed.
Yeah, it's a creed.
But, Bo-Katan and Sabine Wren are from Mandalore. They are
and those guys are the zealots that broke off.
Exactly. So we don't know what other types of... I think Ernie said earlier, we don't know if there's... or even you did too, Marco. We don't know if there's other creeds, if there's other sects.
As we know, we
don't know what this culture means.
Right.
What we've been taught is House Vizsla.
Yeah.
Right.
House Wren. House.
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying? Which would be your different sects of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, as I take it, then if he was born, and if he didn't choose to, I don't think he would have came up in the what was it called again?
In the
chain code.
In the chain code.
Yeah.
I don't think he would have came up. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So at one point you had to, and when he says that I'm for himself now, not only that, we haven't seen anybody else with the Mythosaur skull, which is the clan, as they're saying, their house.
Right.
I mean, you have Bo-Katan's, you had Ren, you have Death Watch. Do you get what I'm saying?
You know what's weird is even Django didn't have it.
Right. Django didn't have it. Yeah. So
correct. So if this is his at one point, and this is what he's taken, I would accept that too. I don't have anybody, but I go by whoever needs it or whoever he's obviously in debt.
Right.
That's where my line talk and theory crafting was going to go tonight. Is where did Boba come from?
Right. Well, I think we're going to get more of it because obviously I thought, and I'm totally wrong. I didn't think we were going to see Boba Fett again, but we did mention last week, like I said it'd be so cool if Boba and Mando teamed up though at some point. Oh my God, we got it. And maybe Ernie will start getting those answers as more time comes.
I think we'll have to, but the thing was, I thought at very first, at 10 seconds was, they're our genius because they fixed a lot of it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It still does leave a question because we don't know about the whole culture, like Scott said.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing. It didn't answer everything 100% because there's still questions because I thought I had it, and I'm pretty sure everybody else thinks they have it, and it's like, oh wait,
sure.
Obviously we don't because we're not all on the same page.
Right.
Correct.
And that's what's the beauty about Star Wars is because you're left with theory crafting with people to discuss and dissect.
But this is one of those times where it just got us confused because there's no theory crafting about it. Really, it's just like, just tell us because I need to know because we can't make that part up.
Right. And this is the beauty about bringing these characters in organically like this. We're all going to learn at the same time. You know what I mean?
The armor turns around, or Bo-Katan says that whatever you're born into, that's what you're. You know what I mean? We're like, oh, okay.
Of course. We accept it. Yeah, absolutely. Accept it.
Right.
All right, cool.
It's going to happen this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
They're going to know that was going to be a question, and they're going to.
There you
sorry,
go.
we forgot.
Yeah.
Whole answer.
We got 2 episodes left, so I mean.
Yeah.
They'll be sitting in Slave 1, just having a whatever they, a spatchka. And
here's our chance to actually see more of the interior of Slave 1 other than just the cargo.
Yeah.
I'd love to see the cargo hold, and why not?
When I saw the
that would be awesome.
The art at the end,
and
they showed the open space in the back and the 2 beds and everything, I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Even that got me excited.
So we now know that next episode, or we are assuming next episode, is when he's got to go spring
Bill Barr,
Bill Barr from the Hoosgow, right?
I forgot his name. They said his name again.
Bill Burr. There you go.
Bill Burr. I forgot to write down his name. Mayfield.
Meigs Mayfield or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, they got to go spring them. So that's next episode.
I'm assuming that's this upcoming episode.
Right.
There's who knows what surprises are in store for us there.
Right. So let's break down the episode.
Let's talk about the actual episode.
Yeah. So
sure.
we go to Tython, right? And of course, in the beginning, now this is the point.
Real quick before you start, Marco. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
We got everybody in the chat. I love all the comments, everything that's there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so happy that Adrian joined us, but a very happy birthday, Adrian.
Happy birthday.
I love you, man. Yes, he's been showing all the books that he's like giving people examples of.
He has been,
and everything. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And him being an old
Legends
lore guy like that,
Yep.
a Legends guy and everything, and able to show people who have these questions is awesome.
Yes.
Because obviously, again, he's doing something. They are bringing some stuff back.
Yeah.
And that's right, guys. So for those of you who don't know, follow Adrian on Instagram, and he has some stuff up there that he's been putting in order to answer a lot of questions and give people some background.
Yep. Yeah. Because,
background that's good right now.
Right, because it's all going to be coming up. It's all
correct.
Yeah, exactly. Cool.
So,
yes.
Happy birthday, Adrian. We love you.
Absolutely. And we welcome on the show again when we get all in the same room. So yeah. The beginning where
you can zoom on.
I know I have to truck on, man. I got to do this.
What the hell?
In the beginning of this episode, of course, we were revealed as the tragedy. So, but Din is still trying to do the whole ball thing or the little knob and show the Force and everything, to Grogu, and he does it, and then he shouts, and the Grogu drops it like he got scared, right? Like,
yeah,
I thought that was
what is Dank Ferrick?
Yeah,
Dank Ferrick.
Yes,
they're really trying to make it happen like hard.
Yeah.
I tried to say it twice this week. I couldn't. I tried at work.
It's not natural.
It's not natural.
Yeah,
How
they're doing it in the show.
Yeah, but I want to know. It's got to be something secret or silly, right? I mean, is this some kind of anagram or secret message to us?
Dang nabbit! Like,
I'm taking it as
Sarlacc.
As mother flower.
Yeah, me too.
Is that why Grogu dropped the thing? Like, I'm.
Yes. Yeah. I kind of did. Well, he was doing the parent thing.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, like we said from the beginning, that whole 2-second scene was so cute, and they roped us in just like they did when they were trying to fix everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That last time. And then, he says to Dink Ferrick, and it was the whole dad thing. No, you did good.
You did good.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
But I also think that shows a lot of the resistance that Grogu has about really doing what he was doing back at the at Coruscant, right, at the training and stuff. And like when he was in classes, he was straight A student, right? Like now we know he's holding back, and that's another reason of resistance on his part. Like he's traumatized, about everything about using the Force or becoming what he was in this new world because of either what he's seen, what he's gone through, what other torture, if he had torture, you know what I mean? Like it's still important that they brought this back at the very beginning from that last episode to this episode, because I think that's going to come and play later. And then we'll talk about, of course, when he does use the Force at the end of this show, why he chose it to do it this way versus holding back now. You know what I mean? There's a lot there, I'm saying. There's a lot of substance there to be digested.
There's a lot to learn about this whole thing because we talked about it since right before last season, before Rise of Skywalker, how much energy it takes for him to use the Force, and
I was gonna say that, Chris.
It's a big deal.
You laid it out, and that's all as how I see it now.
Yeah.
And especially when he said that, oh, that makes you tired, huh?
Yeah.
I was like,
knew.
damn it, Chris.
Messed up.
I was like, oh, man, they do listen to us. Because
I'm telling you, I'm trying to think Dank Ferrick. I got a K in my name. Who's got a D? I got an F. Ernie's and Ferrick all over the place.
My middle name starts with a D, so they're okay.
We're in. I'm telling you.
We can use this.
I fully believe that now. Like you're saying, Marco, when we hit it later, using the Force does take something out of you.
It takes it out of him, but
he's conserving.
Yeah, and also he doesn't want to. I mean, he's like I said, he's very resistant when it comes to the simplest things, moving rocks. That's something that he's just not. He knows how to do it. Of course, he knows how to do it. He knows what he's doing, but at the same time, he's very. He's still with.
It didn't take any effort at all.
At all, even with Din being his most trusted person right now, he's still resistant to showing his abilities. I mean, he does it out of desperation and saving people's lives, but the simplest things, he's not there yet. Again, he's got some trauma that he's got to deal with.
I think it's because he's not using the right emotions. When he uses anger, fear, and greed with the cookies, or anger with the kid, right? He can use it quite fine.
And Ahsoka
not saying he's going dark. Not saying he's dark. But I'm saying that's what the point they're making.
Right.
Is without the right role model, this little cute ass kid can go down a really dark path.
Ahsoka said it last episode.
Right, and I think Ahsoka's was BS. I think Grogu told her to stay with.
Meaning the whole I sense so much fear in you.
I do fear that.
Yeah, exactly. So, I think that's going to come to play as Grogu grows and as we see him using the Force and whatnot. And then maybe we'll get some flashbacks. I think we talked about this in our chat. Maybe Grogu flashbacks about thoughts going dark. What happened to him? What kind of trauma did he see? Why is he shutting himself off? And choosing to use abilities that's a great, okay, leave it there. Let's see what happens because I love that conflict, right? Yeah. That's Star Wars. So
we're on Tython, which is the Simi Valley.
Yeah. I wouldn't doubt it.
It did not find in the Tython. I was like, oh, okay, so Tython is Earth. All right.
It was garbage.
Yeah, I drive through the Cajon Pass every day, and that's what it looks like.
It's
I was thinking of the rocks behind Apple Valley where Highway 18. Yeah. I was like, oh, so that's what it looks like on the other side.
All right. At first, I was when we were discussing this in our chat room and our little private chat and everything. We were talking about Tython, and Chris and I had discussed something like, where are the ruins? Where's the temples? Where's the abandoned cities? And then I started really thinking about it.
And I was looking at because I broke out the Dawn of the Jedi comic books, and all of that happened 36,000 years ago.
Correct.
So,
well, this is what I was getting at. Yeah. That again, it's an ancient planet of temples and stuff. Ancient, not inhabited. And it also saw the dawn of the light and dark Jedi and everything like that. But the planet itself is heavily Force. It's got heavily Force energy in it. So. It could be just the overgrowth in itself is the what's left is the Seeing Stone. Who knows? But I kind of bought into it. Like it's kind of refreshing to see almost an abandoned planet and just this little rooftop, Seeing Stone on the cliff and see where we go from there.
Muted, Chris.
Sorry, my dog was barking, so I muted.
Oh.
The Seeing Stone was rad.
Yes.
Okay, I'm all over that, but I do think I don't care if it was 30. This is Star Wars. Okay, these guys have been flying ships,
but some big ass statues, right?
Yoda's 900. Stop. It's like I would see something. I want something besides the valley.
Well, my
stone's still there.
I get that, but my thing was Rebels showed us that a lot is hidden.
Oh yeah, you're right. Like call it up.
Yeah.
So
you're right. Maybe if he sat there more,
it would have opened.
Well, that's what I was getting about the planet being Force. This big ball of energy too. It could have had that underground, thing to be hidden and appearing.
That's what I felt.
Yeah, absolutely. It's Tython.
Sorry, the dog threw me off. You said that. Sorry, my bad.
No, it's cool.
Yeah, no. When you see the rocks set up and everything.
Yeah.
And also the top in the circle. It reminded me of where Luke was. That circle with the alien looking guy, the very first one or whatever.
Where he did his Force Skype, right?
Correct.
Yes, on a rock at that too. But then I remembered Rebels as far as everything they did opened up a certain way. Because everything had to be hidden now and like that.
Yeah.
So that's as I took it was two things from that scene. I thought we were going to see something open up, and I thought we were going to get full on Grogu.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say.
And it was world between worlds type of stuff, right? That's the kind of thing we just got right there. Really mystical, touching a stone and opening stuff up like they did in Rebels.
Yeah.
Which was, I mean, obviously not as cartoony and played out, but it was just really.
Yeah, I had this.
Really sharp. I was good.
When we got here and he put Grogu on the Seeing Stone, he's like, okay, do your thing or whatever.
Yeah, it was awesome.
And he's like, he's even put his infrared scanner looking for a switch or something.
Is there a button?
Yeah, is there a button?
What was there? Blood on there? Or
no, I think it was just.
I thought that was midichlorians.
Yeah.
It looked like some sort of energy, right?
Who was here beforehand? Because they just left.
But
check the M count.
Yeah, but I mean, I thought like, to me, I'm like, okay, does even Grogu even want to be trained? You know what I mean? That's the whole thing about younglings and stuff. They're taken and they're trained, right?
Well,
I don't know if they really have a
thing too.
choice.
Did he tell Ahsoka that?
Yeah, exactly. So I was doubting, like, is he even going to try to reach out? But anyway.
Okay, right, what you said right there. There's the thing. We all take this reach out part.
Right.
That's not why he's there.
Right.
He's not. She said put him on the Seeing Stone so he can find his path and he can choose it.
Correct.
If a Jedi senses him, maybe they'll come find him. And she never said go find a Jedi.
No guarantee.
Everybody since last week said that. Everybody said that.
Right.
She has never once said go find a Jedi.
Exactly.
No, the whole thing is who's going to come find him.
And even that, he just needs to make his choice after the Seeing Stone.
Right.
It has nothing to do with another Jedi. We were all guessing Luke, Ezra, Cal, and Quinlan, right?
Yeah.
Nobody has to come.
Right.
Ahsoka is the Jedi already. Ahsoka's already
it's
here.
Grogu's choosing, and that whole reaching out when the Seeing Stone, of course, that Force energy. He could be out there just be like in tune with it and choosing his path. You're exactly right. Ahsoka says he's going to choose his path. We've never seen a Jedi being treated that way.
Wasn't there something else with the butterflies right before he turned it on?
Yes, that's
Have
a
we
Reylo.
seen that before?
It's a Reylo thing.
It was?
Reylos believe that it was on the rollout or whatever, those little rolling cartoons.
Yeah.
Yes.
They have one with I didn't watch these, by the way. This happened after I figured out the butterflies. So there's a rolling cartoon, a rollout, whatever, and young Ben, they have to go to a planet, look for gems. These butterflies make gems. He likes the butterflies for about 0.3 seconds.
Gotcha.
After this 0.3, the Reylo fans made that their symbol.
Right.
So now they all think Dave Filoni just sent them a kiss.
Right.
Basically. For all I know, but that's what it was about. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
So,
I thought it
if
was
he's trying to please everybody with
else.
that's
the big
cool.
deal. There was something out there. I think there were some butterflies. Was it Rebels in the Bendu episode, perhaps?
I think that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, there might have been some there too, but the big deal
in
is
an explanation about life or something.
Maybe.
Well, I know it's what shows up before the Eagles come and save Gandalf from the top of Saruman's.
Wrong one.
Oh, wrong. Sorry.
Wrong one.
We could do a whole 3
Wrong
hours
trilogy.
on Lord of the Rings if you want, but yeah. Yeah. So
Okay.
Again, so
Okay,
here's
so
the thing,
he turns it on.
Yeah. So like Mandalorian's like, okay, I don't know what to do. I just put you on here and nothing's happening. So
Wait. The nice lady.
the nice lady.
Yes.
We never talked about the nice lady.
I said that out loud too.
Yeah.
I said he said the nice lady.
Was that
Nice lady.
was that sarcasm?
I loved it. The nice lady said.
That's
Get
funny.
out of here,
Yeah, I
Jim.
caught
All right,
that.
sorry, go back. You turned it on.
I think it shows just how much he really doesn't know
Yeah.
about anything Jedi.
And
or
I love
Force.
that. Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, damn, he went back for him 3 times.
Yeah. He asked the kid, "Is this little Jedi to you?"
Yeah, he did. He did.
Yeah,
He did.
but like a child too.
I love it. Yeah, I love
when
it.
he couldn't get through, when he finally turned it on, and he kept doing it, I'm like, why do you
Yeah.
keep doing it? You
Yeah, I
can't
looked at
get
my wife and I
through.
said, "This right here is the definition of an insanity. You just keep going, you know."
Yeah.
The way the Seeing Stone turned on was awesome because we hear a
Yes.
ship in the background, and Mandalorian goes, "What is going on?" And it's
Oh, we
freaking
heard-
Slave
we heard a very
One.
specific sound.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yes,
Background
and
there.
it's freaking Slave One screaming,
I grabbed my pillow,
screeching
like a
through the
little
sky,
girl. Oh,
and Mando is
God.
just
Did you have to
like,
buy a new pillow?
yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
Wash it.
And
I still
with
keep it.
that right there flipped me out, and then the Mando turns around and freaking the Seeing Stone is turned on. We get the beam of Force energy. Grogu is meditating, and he's just like, "Not right now, kid. We got to do this later."
Were you really expecting to see Slave One?
No, I wasn't.
No,
Not at all.
That's what got me in this blown away mode to begin with. Slave freaking one comes flying in, and that's what he sees, and you're like, slave what?
Yeah.
We're going there. We're not even stopping. We're going
I
there.
thought it would be at least. I thought that ship at first, it's like, oh, Moff Gideon, because they put a tracker on the Razor Crest.
Yeah.
Yes.
But no, when I saw it, I was just like, what are we doing? What are we doing? It was.
Here it is.
Absolutely brilliant. I mean,
12:07 in the morning.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what? Slave one.
This is
Slave one.
You didn't sleep that night, did you?
12:07. We were 7 minutes in.
7 minutes in, yeah. But I like it because, like, again, we see this what Grogu's doing at the same time, right? I mean, like it's activated and he's meditating and he's sending out that Force energy, doing his thing, and of course,
and I'm pissed off right now. I did not on Mando Monday have a meditating ass Baby Yoda for pre-sale.
It's coming though.
He was full in it.
Yeah.
And then that's when I said when it was on, I wanted to ask you guys that too. I said out loud, "World Between Worlds." It was just his hands went there and the whole blue, right, Scott? That's, I don't know. That was my take on it. Cause like, what else was he doing? So with that, I'm like, to me, it was like he was in download mode.
Right.
Like if he was getting all that he had trained and learned.
Yeah.
I felt that he was going to come off.
That's what I was hoping for.
Yes.
Yeah. Could be.
Tear up
well,
everybody.
From what happened last time, I mean, at the end of the show, it could have been the whole an awakening in himself too.
Yeah, I would have hoped that he would have come up different or woken up. See, I still think there's a bit of a gimmick in him. Yeah, like he's not quite.
Did you still want to hear the deep voice? Mando.
Yeah, and he's ancient already.
Yeah.
50,000.
Give me that ball now.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
Give me my ball.
But yeah,
so if he does talk eventually, will he talk in that broken, stilted, poetic language that Yoda does?
I don't know.
Or will he speak like Mando does?
Will he speak basic or will he have his own language?
Well, I was talking about this with my wife. I said I think Yoda speaks the way he does because this is his second language. I think he speaks whatever Yoda's natural language is.
Oh,
yeah,
very interesting. We never thought about that.
And then I just thought of something now.
This kid's learning from age 50.
I honestly think he is speaking now. With the stuff, especially in that spider episode, he was like there was talking going on.
It was gibberish.
It was gibberish, but again, it's his language. It wasn't cooing.
If that is a language, I
mean, part of me doesn't want me to have him speak basic.
Are they pushing this word so hard that that's going to be his first words? Is Ding Ferrick?
That would be so awesome.
Ernie, you just won. Yes, that's absolutely going to happen.
I mean, when Scott said it, you can't say that. Like, you know what I mean? We're going to get
that's it. That's exactly it. That's going to happen.
Right.
This is a straight dad kid show.
Yeah. Right. Anyway,
to the Seeing Stone, I don't think it's World Between Worlds, and this is why.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's too easy, right? Like there was no trip to Tython. Like Luke had to go to Octo. Like he had to hide it and couldn't find it and all this stuff. Tython seems pretty easy. Didn't just jump to it, And then the stone is just out in the open.
It is.
Ezra had to do work. They had to figure out moving the hands around and doing all this stuff. And very secretive. It just feels like it's a different type of Jedi sorcery or technology or whatever you want to use, right?
It's almost like the sorting hat in Harry Potter.
Different.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe giving him not so much maybe the world where you can control it, but maybe a vision of it. Maybe.
Well,
I don't know. It's tough.
the sorting hat in Harry Potter. You choose your own path. The hat chooses your path, but this is where you can reach out and be like, yeah, I want to be a Jedi. Like this is what what they did in the Younglings beforehand.
I just hope we get an answer.
Yeah. Oh, they have to, right?
Yeah, they're gonna have to revisit
not this season. They're not gonna touch it.
I hope we do get an answer though.
Watch next season. They'll tell us everything.
You know what I mean?
Next episode, they'll tell us everything.
But when you're gonna find that out is the art of books.
Right.
That's when you get all that. I haven't even grabbed the art of Mando yet. Maybe I'll get it for Christmas. But it's I think that's where you get a lot of that kind of stuff and what things were.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that. Yeah. But we did I like Mando's reaction to both Slave One. He doesn't know what Slave One, just knows a ship. And then the ship coming in, and he turns to the kid. He goes, "Okay, you know what? We got to do this some other time. We got to go." And he goes to grab him, and it knocks him down. And it's like it's being a force field. Then Mando's reaction was like, "All right, you just do your thing. I'll see what's going down here.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go see what's going on down here, and he does his
As
little
he hot scopes him up in his visor, right? Slave one of Boba coming out. Loved it.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, and so Mando confronts Boba Fett, and it gets shot at to almost like a warning shot, and of course it's Boba Fett, and Mando asks him, "Are you a Jedi?"
Oh my, because he looked like one.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't know who this guy is and everything, and Boba Fett pretty much makes it known that I'm here, and
my armor.
Yeah, I'm here for the armor, and Mando's like, well, if you want this armor, you're gonna have to peel off my dead body, and he goes, not that armor,
there. Right?
My armor from Cod Vanth. I'm just like, that's so cool. And of course, we get
first confirmation of Boba Fett.
Yes, and then of course Mando. Yeah, Mando goes like, "Hey, I'll just drop you right here," and then Boba Fett's like, "Well, we've got a laser sight on, up in the ridge, a sniper out there," and he goes, "Well, I'll drop you both." He goes, "Sniper's not on you; it's on the kid," and that's what.
I'm the one wearing Beskar, bitch.
Yeah, he said. He goes, "I'm the one wearing Beskar," and
I'm gonna shoot your kid, dummy.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot your kid.
Like,
and of course,
it's Dank Fennec.
Yeah, it's
it is Dank Fennec up there.
And he only knew her for like half an hour, and he recognized her voice and everything, so.
Oh, we don't know. Remember, this is Star Wars time.
Very true.
We're talking about that.
Could have been in 3 weeks.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
They could have a kid.
So she's alive, obviously.
But she was also part of the guild.
Yes.
Oh, right.
Yes.
So they could know each other a long time.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right.
Right. So that whole interaction was cool because Fennec is alive, of course, and Boba is like, I want my armor back, and then Mando's like, that's not your armor, it belongs to the Mandalorian, blah, blah, blah. And they come to a truce, and Boba Fett's like, well, we'll just all disarm, or Mando's, we'll all disarm, but you take off your jetpack, leave it there, and we'll figure this out. So Mando,
keep your gun, take off that jetpack.
Yeah, exactly. Like
first thing in the story I did not like.
Yeah. And, of course, that's a plot point.
Story, yes, it had to make it advance.
Yeah.
But it was the weirdest thing.
It really
take
was.
Off the jetpack.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, hey, what if his jetpack has a missile on it?
What if he just wants to leave?
He's got.
It could have.
There's plenty, but
my answer to that was because you could fly and get the kid.
Right.
Right. Oh, that's why he needed to get it done. Right. He wanted to make sure he didn't escape. They wanted to talk.
That was my answer.
That was it.
Yeah.
That's how I had canon it too.
Yeah, and they just
that. But he should have also had him put the gun down at least.
Yeah, it was just really weird.
Yeah. So they all come to this agreement as far as disarming each other and talking about their situation. And Fennec comes down and she reveals that Boba Fett saved her life. And Boba Fett said, like, almost that whole same dialogue of I was healed and nursed back to life. So she was healed and nursed back to life. And
she's got
what did he say?
Yeah.
What did it say? Is that death? What is
Tatooine something?
No, death. Sometimes something about the wretched. It says
we lost. It took all the effect off. Go ahead.
It did, yeah. But Boba Fett, obviously, he does the whole Django line, which was awesome, right?
Oh yeah.
I'm just a simple man trying to make my way through the galaxy.
Through the galaxy, like my father before me, he pulled a Luke too.
He did.
And I don't know about you guys. I already had Django vibes the minute they showed Fennec. She looked like Zam Wessel.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Well, her outfit does absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. The whole everything. I was like,
Zam.
Oh my,
yeah.
Dude, this is dope. Then I flipped out when she said, "Boba Fett saved me." I'm
right.
Like,
I know.
Boba
She's
Fett.
saying the name. She's saying the name.
Said it like it said out loud. Not did he say, "I want my armor"?
We're very easy to please, guys. You know what I mean? Like
But yeah, she said it out loud. I'm like, okay, can everybody just shut up now?
Yeah, because the only person to say it was Han, right?
There you go.
Ever.
Yes.
Okay. Boba said she was left for dead on the sands of Tatooine, as was I, but fate sometimes steps in to rescue the wretched.
That was the
Thank you.
That's a great quote.
Hey,
what a great
So
line.
back to his other quote there about the quoting Django and quoting Luke. And this Din and Yoda, you can just see how Filoni right there. This has always been about fan figures right there, just quoted. Or right around the table right there. It was really neat how they set that all up. And I think it was on purpose. It had to be on purpose, right? To add that, like my father before me, because now you have a Luke quote about his dad,
right.
Django.
Yes.
It had to be.
Right.
So it's just neat how they know to tie this stuff in. Who directed this one?
Robert Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was the beginning of the title flipped me out.
Yeah.
And then you saw Robert Rodriguez, and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was dope. So what Scott just repeated here was some of my theory crafting. I felt that was said for a major reason of where has Boba been. So all of this canon in my head by episode, third time watching it, I kind of take it as I think he was with the Tusken Raiders. They saved him. And I think his debt was he too had to get rid of the Krayt Dragon and couldn't do it. He knew Cobb had his armor,
right?
But he was in debt to the Tusken Raiders, and I know where it is. Then the Krayt Dragon is dead, so he's free of his debt.
Right.
And then he goes to go get his armor, and it's not there, and he finds out that he has it.
He said he's been tracking him for a few days. Like I've been tracking you for 3 days or something.
And now he has Fennec there, who's in debt to him now. And then he does this debt to Din. If you give me the armor, we'll help you protect the child.
Right.
Like that's his creed. As we keep talking about
unlimited credit being passed around.
Yeah.
Everybody owes somebody.
Right.
Everybody is very, very. They're honorable. All of these. There's honor amongst these thieves here. Now it's impressed me from the beginning with Din, especially, and now Boba Fett just steps in, and it reminds me of Boba in the Clone Wars, how he was being raised as an honorable hunter.
Correct.
It worked.
Yeah. And it also goes to the play of the title of the Mandalorian means a lot more than just Din Djarin, right? Mm-hmm. It's the Mandalorian, and we're learning about everything. Like we were talking about earlier in the show, the aspects of the creed, how many all these things. The Mandalorian, it's broad. This episode broadens that, a lot more than just Din Djarin's adventure. And then of course,
sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was
just moving forward to the ships coming down.
Yeah. So, well, we get all these Jango. He even tells Din Djarin, he goes, Jango, that armor is my father's and it belongs to me. So we leave it at that because ships are starting to come in, or we get one of these carrier ships, which looks a lot like
First Order.
From
Imperial.
I
mean,
the
whole Chewbacca scene.
Yeah, the first thing that hit my head was like, that's a transport ship from that. We've never seen it.
The first thing you see in The Force Awakens.
Yeah. And here we are now, right? After the last episode, they were talking about the magistrate back in business, tearing up planets, making ships.
Right.
Now we're seeing ships that are very First Order.
Yes. Yeah. And it's such a great tie-in. And of course,
did we already get Din asking him about, are you Mandalorian?
Yeah, I think when he said about the confrontation
armor, and then it stopped, right?
Yeah, he said that armor belongs to the Mandalorians. Well, he said that armor belongs to the Mandalorians.
Oh, he said, I have no allegiance to anyone, to no one. I have allegiance to no one.
Right. And then he gave him the offer, right?
Correct.
If you give me the offer, if you give me the armor, I'll help you protect the child, right?
That was at the end because he took the armor. He just went and got it. So, when he makes his pledge to help.
No, when he did the pledge, Ernie's right. When he made the pledge, he said, "Yeah, you give me the armor, I'll help you. I'll promise your safety and the child's."
And then the conversation stops because they come flying in.
Because a transport comes in and a bunch of stormtroopers.
Yeah, they haven't talked since then until havoc happens. Right. So now, after that point, it's all kick ass.
Yeah, because Mandalorian takes off after the child, and now we have Fennec and Boba Fett mowing down stormtroopers. I mean, beautifully. Samurai style Boba Fett with the Gatling stick, right? But
dragging it behind him, oh my god!
This is Robert Rodriguez at his finest. This is the guy who knows cinematography. He knows how to frame these things. When he even had Boba Fett looking over his shoulder and a bunch of slow motion stuff going on, I was just like, this has never happened in Star Wars history, and I love it. I love it, love it, love it.
He turned Boba Fett into a horror character.
Yes, he did.
Zombie smashing,
But what's funny though is like the Mando tries to get the kid, and he's like, "We got to stop this because the kid's still trying to do this." And Mando just gets knocked the f out. He just the force boom, and he's out for the fight. Like in Big Trouble in Little China when Kurt Russell hits the concrete and he's out and everybody's fighting around him. That's what remind me of. It's like so Mando is laid out while Fennec and Fett are fighting off stormtroopers brilliantly. Beautifully.
Oh, actually, I think we hosed up. This is what we do when we don't get notes, right?
Yeah.
We did go out there, and it was Din and Fennec out there first getting blasted on. Well, oh no, you're right. Yeah. This is what happens when we don't have notes. I screwed you up.
Because they all said the child. Mando took off the child right away, while Fennec and Fett started mowing down.
He ran up there.
Yeah,
he?
and
Yeah.
Which was the whole leave the jetpack on the ground thing.
Yeah, he just
But
took
as
off.
a
Like,
dad,
how easy
he
is it to
panicked.
grab your jetpack and go? But
that's as I took it as a dad.
Yeah.
He took off and panicked.
He did.
Yeah.
And he went right after his kid.
Yeah. See, damn it. And I used that same thing earlier, and I just realized it happened twice. After the first time, because right here's the first one. I've been arguing that the whole time about the end, saying he panicked. That's his problem. He panicked. Dad panic mode.
Yes.
But damn it, this is the first time it happened. After the first one, you'd learn being a dad. You'd be like, oh shit.
Right.
Like next time this happens, I'm gonna go get my jetpack. I'm not doing this.
Right.
That's a miss. But to that point, nothing was in the air.
Nothing. Yeah, exactly.
Running up there was fine because nothing was up.
Yeah.
It was all down. It didn't really matter.
True. And then when he was up there, they had already got him, so he'd have to run down and get the jet back.
This is a whole episode of High Ground. Whoever had High Ground was winning. So we know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Excuse me. One of the pivotal moments that I was just like during this fight when we see Mando get knocked down, and then Boba Fett's handling stormtroopers really, really good. He turns around, he sees the Razor Crest open, and I'm like, oh yeah, he's just gonna go to get his armor. So the second transport of stormtroopers comes down, and pour out stormtroopers and everything. And this is where we get.
We're playing a video game at this point.
Exactly,
and this, just so you know, because we're blasting stormtroopers. They keep coming in sets. We're playing a goddamn video game.
Yeah, we got Samurai Fett, and then we got Boba Fett. I mean, full on, armed to the teeth, Boba Fett. And I thought he looked fantastic. I don't really care. The armor looked great on the whole black underneath. He has missiles in his knees. I didn't know that.
To see him work with, it's been there, but it's like, wow, how neat.
I think without the armor, he was already kicking ass.
Absolutely.
And that was amazing to see the helmets just burst and the way he did everything. And then I read an article that this comes from his island fighting style and that he asked for the gaffy stick to be like that.
Awesome.
So that he can go into it. So I love when people are so passionate about their characters.
Right.
And here he is, Jango Fett.
Yeah.
Boba Fett, the Clone Wars, everything he knows that he's done for this show, and he puts input in it, and you put your lifestyle into a show because you have that much love for it. And it just, those whole scenes, even before he had it, was even more. And then you just lose your whole wad when he shows up.
Yeah.
So Jake Peterson just brought up in our chat.
What up, Jake?
Something I completely forgotten about.
Me too.
Is that the Mando has a remote control on his backpack. As we saw in the second.
And I was holding that for the end, okay? Because the second time this is what I was going to say. I've been using the dad part, right? The panic on the dad part. And it's like, if only we had shown in a previous episode that he could control it with whatever, which we did.
Right.
Yeah.
The explanation I'm giving myself is Ahsoka attacked him last week.
That's, the gauntlet,
The buttons aren't.
Could have shorted it out.
The buttons aren't Vestal.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, that's good. And then
close enough, right? I'll take it.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
My thing of that too was
that shit.
He told Boba to not attack them. It could be the same. They have my kid. No. Let him go. I'm not gonna. Maybe he knows what dark troopers are, and he knows he can't mess with them.
Maybe just let him. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he just figured he was outnumbered too. I mean, at that point, we'll get to it. He lost a big part of himself. Well, yeah. So let's get into because Mando wakes.
I felt that.
Yeah, the Mando wakes up as the second ships come in and Boba Fett's off and Fennec is fighting. We see Fennec doing all the fighting. Mando wakes up, tells the kid again, all right, I'll just protect you. I'm gonna go down the ridge here and help my friends.
Thing, dude.
It's like
he can't get in or anything. I'll just protect you.
Yeah, keep doing your thing. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
After getting knocked down. So
this is when he was protecting Fennec when Fett came.
Correct.
A little bit twisted because that was pretty cool. He was like her shield. Little overkill. Mando is really, really OP. Right?
Yeah, and Vintage Rebellion made up an awesome thing. Like Mando never locks his ship. Throughout the first season, he just leaves it open.
I read that.
For God's sake, the Mithril was going through his weapon arsenal, So
right. He's really bad about it.
You would think you would have some type of boop boop on it.
Protected by Viper.
Some low jack or something.
Even through his gauntlet or something.
Yeah. Again, damage is damage. But yeah.
And the kid's usually in it.
Yeah. But yeah, so there was some issues there, like, When Fett was off grabbing his armor, Fennec was by herself. Mando woke up when joined Fennec fighting. It was awesome. He's getting shot up by the Beskar, right? He's just protecting. It's awesome.
Do you think they show that too much now?
Yeah, I have a
Yeah.
thing that I want to bring up about Beskar later on. You know, just to make it a little bit OP, a little bit
They
overpowered.
are. It's Superman style type tough.
Yeah.
It's like unbeatable so far.
Why would the Empire give it up
But
that
we
easily?
haven't seen it versus a
Darksaber?
There you go.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
I get it, but it is just a little much. Though.
He's losing a hand.
Always.
but yeah, and then of course then we
it.
get the miraculous Boba Fett, and the trio destroys most of the stormtroopers until they take off, right? And then Boba
Every
Fett.
move he did with between the knees, whatever this was, when he shot the guy to the side.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
I didn't even look at him. How freaking rad was that? I mean, just like it was insane. Yeah.
It was everything I ever wanted to see Boba Fett do.
Yeah. Yep.
He punched a dude in the gut and shot a rocket.
Oh
at the
my
same
God.
Time.
Yes. It was
Rocket
everything
punch.
I knew he could do.
Okay, so
Killer move.
I don't know if anybody in the chat plays Star Wars: The Old Republic online and everything, but there's a move when you're a bounty hunter called Rocket Punch, and that's the first thing that I saw was like, these guys play, they have to play because Rocket Punch,
Right.
and they
It
just
is.
put that ability in the game. And
This whole episode is on. I'm telling you, the background, everything is on Battlefront too. It's like it's there. It's,
Yeah.
This is a gameplay.
it was
neat.
again, most of it was taken
Protect
about
the child.
ama-
Protect Grogu. That's the mission.
amazing
Yeah.
battle scene. It was
They
just
lost.
it was so great. It was just, again, Robert Rodriguez is perfect for this because he knows cinematography. So, and action, how to film action, and put it in Star Wars is such a perfect match. But, and then Boba Fett, of course, stormtroopers escape and both transports go away, and Boba Fett shoots one down. You know, the whole classic, the missile, and then Mando's like, great shot. He goes, well, I was aiming for the other one.
And he had targeted the
He
other
did.
ship.
Yeah. And that goes back to it being messed up.
Yeah.
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 So
Oh,
not
right.
only
Yeah.
Empire,
Yeah.
but then Cobb said it too, where you got to say that you broke it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I didn't do that.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was just also, oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
But
great.
then the Empire got their revenge.
Yeah, and then now we see this blast. I mean, the stormtroopers are away. You know, they're all sitting there, and we see the Razor Crest off into the distance, and we see this orbital bombardment. One big blast coming from
One
the clouds,
shot.
basically the clouds.
One shot, and it's the slowest laser beam ever. It's like,
yeah.
Pretty quick to me.
You watch it.
I think it was slow for a couple of you guys.
it was.
Well,
It was-
again, no, seriously, they blasted the
they destroyed
freaking
the
Razor Crest to dust. I mean, this is not fixable, guys.
No.
This is not fixable.
A little bit
No,
of
the Mon Cal can make it fly.
nope, netting and a pallet. Will not fix
2,000
it
credits this time.
He'll get him.
He's going to try to still fuel it.
So
That's about it.
my jaw dropped, and
Yeah.
and basically, that was part of the Mando, and Mando saw this happen, and the way he came into frame and just kind of stared into that destruction. That's his ship, and I'm like,
It's his home.
I'm just like I'm going like, no, that's
Yeah.
not. This is supposed to happen. It's almost like the Falcon being is obliterated. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they went there. Wow. And my shocking reaction had nothing to do that I bought one from the HasLab. It's seriously, it did it because the barge blew up too. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So no, it had nothing.
That didn't bother me. I'm still happy I backed the damn thing, but just to see that thing blow, I mean, just get wasted.
Yeah.
It just
I think it's
just a
needed
gut
they make
punch
ships
for
of
dead.
everything that blows up. I think they should make ships of everyone that blows up.
Yeah.
I think I want my
Yeah.
whole back wall here, half of a Death Star, and on a hinge so I can open it. And inside you have the reactor core, and you have the
beautiful concept.
prison,
That'd be amazing.
block, and all this stuff. I think that's HasLab's next one. It's $12,000, right? But it's
Yeah.
7 foot. It's 7 foot around.
The
See,
next
here's
HasLab's going to be Slave One.
Well, here's the thing, and I want to just touch on this whole collector's world because a lot of people were, and I can understand some people being like, "Hey, I just bought that thing." Honestly, I can
This is
understand.
what I said was new people.
Yeah, I
Lemon
can
law.
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, because this happened fresh. It didn't
Yes.
happen in 1983. Okay, where you blew up the barge in 1983, and we still bought one in 2019.
I spent $500 on that thing.
Exactly.
You bet your ass I'd do it again.
So fast forward 20 years, if they came out with a Razor Crest then, I would have said, why? I mean, again, it's just fresh in people's minds, so I understand
it's
people.
a cool ship.
I understand people being upset, not upset, but like shocked. Like
if I could have got the barge in 1983, I would have got the barge in 1983.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
it's
so
Star Wars, but also, and of course, we made this point in our chat room. The Razor Crest is not the name of the ship; it's the name of the class of ship.
Yeah,
and there's more of them, and I guarantee you, the New Republic will reward him a brand new shiny one at the end of whatever. If he doesn't die,
you can't get a brand new '92 Ford Probe right now. You're not going to get a brand new
restored by the
Razor Crest.
Mon Calamari.
It isn't like yours. This one comes with an escape pod.
Right?
Yes,
that's going to be the last one.
the Razor Crest that we bought is the second one because that one will come with the escape pod.
There we go.
Nobody knew it. Right, exactly.
So
I was saying it because there are so many new collectors.
Of course.
I mean, there's new fandom to this who, that's my first piece. I mean, I'm like proud of it.
Yeah. But wait till
that Razor Crest.
let it play
That's
out.
right.
Let it play out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But they're the ones screaming like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Welcome.
I agree.
Yeah.
I
screamed and yelled again, yes.
Yeah.
When he blew it up, because that just means we get more Slave One.
That's exactly what's going to happen. I'm telling you, there it is. It's his now.
Yeah.
It's his now.
But
Forever.
so
forever, Ernie.
No.
So
Watch.
I'm sitting.
I'm
there
coming
going,
up on it.
Yeah, I'm going back to the title of this episode called Tragedy, and I'm like,
there it is.
There's
right
the
there.
Razor Crest is
Yeah,
gone.
it wasn't what we thought. It was the ship.
Yeah, right. But I mean, even Mando, his emotions about it was devastating, and how Pedro Pascal portrayed that emotion of just seeing his life, everything went up in flames.
He's much
I
better this year.
think I talked about it last week with the how he reacted whenever he thought he was going to give Grogu over to Ahsoka.
Yeah,
the way that he can show that emotion through the helmet.
It's
same
working.
freaking thing.
It's working.
Same thing.
Okay, well, the same thing. When Fennec says, "You look like you've seen a ghost."
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. To her.
Right.
Right.
It's like
say
you do
that
a
out
3PO, right? Like you do a 3PO. Wipe that smug look off your face.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We took it like the first 4 times I watched it was okay. And on the last one, I was like,
yeah,
that's a good one. I like that. But it's true. He's doing so much better being that method actor inside the suit. Yeah. Like we're saying Anthony Daniels with 3PO.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You knew everything 3PO was doing.
Right.
Yeah.
From a scared to a laugh to anything.
He's definitely grown into that role.
Or I think we talked about it. Was it by design? Before he started growing into a dad and working with Grogu, was he just more dry and fierce and just very?
That's true.
And now he's getting emotional.
And I want to believe that in the theory crafting of it.
And it's on purpose.
Absolutely.
Like
everything
they did with Natalie Portman's wooden acting or George's directing or whatever it was. They fixed it in the books.
They fixed it in the book. Well, they mentioned it in the books why and stuff and retconned that kind of stuff, right? I hate using that word, but again, it is sort of.
It gets fixed.
Yeah.
Explained, yes.
So the Mando, he puts on his infrared again, and he sees this outline of the Star Destroyer upstairs, but that Moff Gideon Star Destroyer.
Yeah, the little one.
Because Boba says the Empire's back.
Yeah.
We're getting there. The little Star Destroyer.
The tiny one.
I just want to be clear
that
in 2 episodes, Bruce is going to get maxed out.
Yeah. You think we're going to see them?
I do, because they said they were going to meet up with the fleet. They said that's where they're going.
The Chimera will be. We will see the 7th.
The 7th fleet. Oh my God. Okay, so.
Okay, back to this. Okay, so he has to run up without his jetpack.
Well,
he has to run and get the kid.
Yeah, but they show Moff Gideon. He says deploy the Dark Troopers.
Yeah.
Because the asset's down there, and we got confirmation that those are Dark Troopers, and he sent 4 of them out. And now it's a race. Their Dark Troopers are coming down. Mando took off. Yeah, Mando took off up the hill to get the child. And obviously the child.
I was watching
at this
it and
point,
I was like, "Oh, this is what the PS5 looks like."
Yeah,
just them flying in was a whole video game shot, and I loved it.
And of course, the child at this point stopped with the whole Force thing, and now he's passed out on the seeing stone.
Yes.
Now it's a race to get to him. So obviously, the Dark Troopers grab him before Mando can get to him.
This really has to be the part where they have to explain it, because I'm sure, and I forgot he went up there before, but this is where his gauntlet has to be broken. The jetpack must have been around the corner and he lost track of it at some point.
Yeah, maybe
otherwise he
a subtle mention in next, like this thing.
They'll fix it, dude. They'll sit there and they'll fix it.
Yeah. So Dark Troopers take they take Grogu away, and when Mando looks at him, Grogu's staring at him in the arms of the Dark Trooper. I was just like, oh man,
yeah.
Ears flopping, ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was
looking terrified.
Yeah, looked staring at the Mando being taken away.
Yeah,
and I saw that coming. I saw.
I thought they were taking the whole ship. I didn't think they were going to kill it, and then with him in it, that was the plan because he always leaves him in it.
Right.
This worked too.
Yep.
Yeah, it
Very
does.
well.
It does work. And of course, Boba Fett gets in Slave One and tries to go after the kid. And he's like, I can take him down, and Mando's like, don't, because they have the child.
Tells him to, and then tells him to pull off. Like Fennec was in charge of that mission. But it was neat. They were partners. That's what I'm trying to get at. They were partnered. It wasn't him bossing her around.
Right. No, she said stop. He said, all right, cool.
All right.
And he went down, and of course, the Dark Troopers got away.
Which again, I think plays a lot into the new Boba character.
Yes, Well, he's got no loyalties now. He was paid by the Empire to do his thing.
But he's not treating her like a slave.
Correct.
Even though,
correct.
No, she owes me. That was a great point because they're like in it together.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yes. And my dream came true right here. After Mando sifting through the dust and he finds the ball, keeps that, and he finds the Beskar spear. Of course, everything's destroyed. Even his pulse rifle's gone.
This is when he shows him the chain.
Yes, and Boba Fett says, see, look, this is my armor. He shows him the chain. And, of course, the chain was decoded by fans, right? I mean, this is a loose decoding or whatever it is.
It's pretty there.
It's there.
Yeah. It's not even loose. It's from several different sources.
Yeah.
Several different people did it.
And it says there on the chain code, you guys...
Father, Jango Fett, mentor, Jaster Murillo.
Yeah, so the first one says foundling.
Yeah.
The second
Jango.
row says took into. And then the year the Concord Dawn.
Yeah.
Mentor, Jaster. Well, it doesn't end with ER.
He's missing a couple.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then Father Fett. And then Boba Fett.
So this proves that that's armor belongs to Fett, and Mando says, "Fine, yes, that's your armor." And then this pack. This again, my dream came true right here, and we'll talk about that chain code in a sec. I'm not skipping over it. Trust me. It's the teaming up. Mando and Mandalorian and Boba Fett are teaming up. Now we mentioned this before. I think I mentioned this on our first episode. I'm like, man, would it be cool if Mando and Fett teamed up? That would have been like the dream team, right? We got it. Yep.
From here on out, every episode, it's going to be Din and Boba Fett side by side in this adventure. Think about this, guys.
Repeat that, Scott. Repeat that.
Every episode, Boba and Din together.
Yes. Did you guys think on Thursday evening that we would be saying those words? No.
Or Friday morning? No.
Or Friday morning for Scott. Yeah. So okay.
Or did you think that at the end, on 16, we're going to see all these characters stare up, and then a big blue screen comes on, and Thrawn comes down talking to them all, telling them that they're all going down in season 3.
Wow. Yes.
I don't think he'll use those words.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. You wait till next season.
I must break you. Yeah.
We have a new opening. I mean, like it says the Mandalorians or something like. Yeah. Oh God.
That's what it was. Well, see, I think if you say take away the, I just say Mandalorian. I think that just covers it, right?
Did we not say that from the beginning either?
Yeah, we did.
When we said about season 2, and we said it doesn't have to go. His name is Din.
Right.
We can go, and we said rumors of Bo-Katan. Rumors of Boba, there could be anybody who is a Mandalorian.
Right.
That's what we're getting now. It's if you're a Mandalorian, you're in the show.
This is the Mandalorian lore show. Exactly.
And their enemies are Jedi, so obviously they need to be Jedi. And there's in the time of the Empire falling down, so you're going to need that.
Right.
And the Grisker out there, so you're going to need that. Tons of things happening.
Yes.
I mean, just by
Never
mentioning
in a million years did I think we would ever see this.
No,
it's a great time to be alive.
You bring back Boba, you have him fight without the armor, you make him even more, and then at the same time, a couple seconds, you show a chain code, and everything gets blown away.
Yeah. That chain code brought in so much stuff that I needed from the Fets. I needed it. We all need it because the debate about Jango and Boba being Mandalorian. Now, one is confirmed, and we can pretty much go right into Boba Fett. his life.
just
Like,
say,
we
I'm
talked about.
good with Fett now. I'm
me too.
good with
I'm good.
that.
Like I said, we
Yeah.
got confirmation. We went right into Fett. Fett even told us his mission, what his life mission was. You know, being, that's my armor, that's my dad's, whatever. And then Jango fought in the Mandalorian Wars. You know,
Mandalorian Civil Wars. Yeah.
Civil War.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
the Mandalorian Civil War, and that just confirms everything. Most things that I had questions about the Fetts and the Mandalorians and stuff, and his role in this. The thought of Boba Fett even being a clone just escaped me. It's like it went right out the window. And brings me to something that Chris says, just because you're clones doesn't mean you're not an individual because of the clones itself and now this Jango and Boba Fett stuff. So at first, again, from back in 2002 when we saw Attack of the Clones, and I was like really bugged that Boba Fett was a clone and stuff, but it just didn't faze me at this point. It really brought it home for me.
It also helped that he was pursuing this armor because of his father.
Correct.
And with what we saw, the way Jango treated Boba, Jango never treated Boba like he was just a carbon copy.
No.
He treated him like it was his son.
Yeah.
So it's the overall Star Wars. You take the original trilogy, you take Rebels, you look at this, it's all family.
Right.
You're looking at families. You're looking at this little child that loves this bounty hunter as his father. This whole thing is family.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love it.
Yeah. It's such a great mirror from the like Star Wars, what we've gotten. The whole, like I said, it's just, it solidifies a lot of things. And the attention to EU stuff and Legends coming back into play, Jaster Morrell,
So Jaster Morrell being there, yeah, that's huge because he was, even before Open Seasons, right? Jaster Morrell was the name. See, this is why they had to get rid of Legends.
Yes.
Right? Mainly, it was Chewie's death.
Pay attention,
But
Adrian.
it was Boba Fett specifically that was a mess, right? Because it was the Jaster Morrell deal. He was Jaster Morrell, a journeyman protector on Concord Dawn, way before everything else came out, right? Maybe before the prequels and everything. That changed everything. Then Open Seasons came out, and that was a tie-in to Bounty Hunter, right? And you heard Jaster Morrell and Bounty Hunter and talk about that. It's just neat. It's a neat time, but you had to kill it all because it's a mess. Like even Open Seasons, when you go in there, when he's has to deal with the Jedi and Dooku is part of that deal. He has another apprentice, which we know he didn't have an apprentice besides Rael and Qui-Gon now. So I mean, there's lots of things in there, and you can't use the whole story. But the key about it is the Mandalorian Civil Wars.
Yep.
That Jaster Morrell was leading the Mandalorians against Death Watch.
Right.
During the fight, they go off and then they kill the Death Watch kill Jango's parents. Jaster finds him, takes care of him, brings him in as a found.
Yeah.
They weren't using the word found.
No, they weren't.
Right? He was a found.
Right.
And that's where he took him in, made him his family and on.
Yeah. So now we tie it in and we use the word foundling.
Yeah.
We show this in Rebels.
So he's full on Mandalorian. He's a foundling, but he's Mandalorian.
Yes.
Right?
We use the show Rebels to tie in the Civil War that was also mentioned there real quick. So you get a timeline now of where he's been and where Jaster can be, and it's wow.
Yeah.
See, now here's the thing with the Children of the Watch, right? Is that literal? You guys think? I think there's a descendants of the Watch, or the kids that.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that. They're the people they found, right? They're the foundlings of Death Watch.
Right.
Death Watch.
Yes.
Right. Only Death Watch. So Death Watch was against Jango. That's who he was fighting against. So there's got to be some kind of conflict when the Armorer comes up. Din wouldn't know all this.
No,
when the Armorer comes up and sees Boba, there's going to be beef.
Yeah.
Except for the fact that Boba wears the sigil on his shoulder that they all use. So I don't know how he gets that sigil. I don't.
Yeah, but Dave Filoni knows.
There's a lot of unanswered questions.
Dave Filoni knows.
Explain because correct. Because it wasn't scratched off. It was still there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
So it's not like you can erase that.
You can't ignore
it was
that.
hanging over the armor, so we are going to get. Who knows? A whole nother freaking show.
No, we're going to get a lot of
Mando. Right, exactly.
We're going to get a lot of information because Dave Filoni he wouldn't have put the Mythosaur symbol in the Armorer's, that whole cave. The entry. He wouldn't have done that unless it was going to come and play and then answer questions why Boba Fett wears it.
Yes, and why the child wears it around his neck. I mean, that symbol is. It's a part of it.
All we can say now is I agree with everything you guys are saying. Is that it has to do with Death Watch because we hear that from Bo-Katan.
Right.
Yeah.
Because And I always said that at Death Watch. What is the 3? And the only thing that I could see as the 3 is that right there.
Oh yeah, the bottom of the.
You know what I mean? Like if it got erased or we went into hiding because of this or something.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? I've always thought that of Death Watch because why does it just show that?
Right.
Like everybody else is a symbol and everything. So this whole Mandalore tie-in and everything.
Yeah.
I'm down for a whole show of it.
Yeah.
Well, the crazy thing, the wonderful thing about it all is that Filoni is behind all the Mandalore stuff.
Yep.
I mean, nobody else has had a hand in creating any kind of this Mandalore mythology other than, you know, what was in Legends.
Right.
So,
He literally had all Mandalorians and all Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Like nobody's touched those 2 things.
No. Yeah. So everything that comes out from this about Mandalore, that's all him.
Yep. Exactly. No.
And I'm down with it. Like I said, that couple of seconds, and now we know
that couple of seconds, and then Decipher opened up a huge world and added a huge chunk of EU into our current canon. And now, whether again, it's all by design. It's all by design, and that's what excites me.
So what Chris is saying, and how I take it now, yes, Chris, I take it as he's a Mandalorian because of birth, because of his father. But we don't know where he does, but he obviously follows a type of code.
Right.
By where, you know, he says that about her, he saved her, and then now he's in debt to Mando.
Yeah.
Like he just follows this code. I get of the highest payer or whatever, but then they're
warriors. They're like knights type of thing is what it feels like it anyway, right?
The biggest thing, like I've always said, when you guys ask, why do you love Boba Fett? Or somebody asked me, why do you like Boba Fett? There was that stuff before, but then when we got major in Clone Wars and everything, just showing that he didn't want to kill people and everything like that. He was after Mace. Like that's the dude who killed my dad. Like it kind of built character. And then to see this, there's so many points of that is I saved her. Yes, you're right. The way that they talk to each other. Now he's in debt. Like, go ahead. You don't have to be bad or good. You're freaking Boba Fett.
Right.
And now we know your dad was a Mandalorian, and then there it is. Like,
yeah.
That's awesome. Wrestling Hound, what's up? Mythosaur is this symbol, is the symbol, the everything. It's been on Boba Fett's
since 1980.
Yes, forever. And it changed from the beginning, but then now is the final. And that's what we've always learned. We heard Bantha Skull. We heard everything. Right now it's Mythosaur. And that's what's hanging.
Death's Head. Right.
I got it tattooed in 1995. In 1995, it was Death's Head.
Yes.
That's what it was.
Death Watch.
And
yeah.
So you see, like, how is he going to tie it in? So that's what we're talking about. Wrestling Hound is, I want to know what that symbol means because everybody has a symbol. And then, like we said, it's just different, but that's what was hanging above the armor.
Right.
So if you're going to go off onto correct,
I mean, direct
from the beginning, direct, correct. And now we have him in the show. And then, I saw Jake say it too of the dad bod. Yeah. I'm all down for it. I got my black shirt ready. give me my armor. Give me the helmet. I'll wear my scarf, and I'm good to go now. And
see,
you know what?
I don't think he's dad bod.
No,
I think he's just man strength.
Yeah.
I think there's a robe under that gear, and he's going to come out and whoop everybody's ass.
Yeah, that's true. But it did look like that side.
It did. It did.
You saw it, and you know what? I loved it though. Yeah, he's older.
And
if he's been
if he was still in shape, then that would have been a complaint other to people. Oh, in 5 years you didn't put on any weight.
But Temuera Morrison is in shape. He's just a bigger dude.
Yes.
He is.
Right? So, I mean, that's the thing. He's always been in shape.
Yeah.
So it's just you're just going to get a beefier, kind of like Rex.
Like Ray Park, right? The dude is
yeah, he was beefier. But I was going to say like Rex and Rebels. He was beefier.
Right. But I mean, like, Ray Park is
Mine's
bulky.
all muscle.
He's
Mine's all muscle.
Yeah, it's there. I see
Yeah, it's there. It's under a lot, but it's there.
To answering the Wrestling Hound, again, he said that he thinks Boba has it because he killed a mythosaur. And no, mythosaurs have been extinct for a long time.
Yeah, it's like an ancient thing. That's what bugging me too.
Yeah,
let's get crazy. Let's get crazy then.
He has a point because the armorer gave him his signet because he killed the.
Has it shown itself to you?
Right, but
it doesn't necessarily mean he has to kill it. You're right. It could have been in a dream. Spice dream.
The mythosaur was also the armorer's signet too. It was over her.
Yeah, it was
found. It was over her foundry. So I think that's just the family or that section of the family.
So
but they're also saying but they're also saying she's Death Watch, you know, or not. She's not
because they're children of the Watch, so she must
children
be
of the Watch.
top. She would be the mother, one of the mothers.
And she has the spikes on her helmet, so
yeah.
She does have the spikes on her helmet.
Yeah,
we talked about that too, right? When it mauls. Oh man,
so many questions. So many,
and
questions.
that's what again. I think we're gonna get these answers, and we're gonna get them again refreshed, reinvigorated in new canon.
So let's do this. Let's go stupid canon because we have special editions. Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
There's no signet in A New Hope.
On him?
No.
Wait.
Okay.
A New Hope. What are you talking about?
On the special edition, there is not.
Remember they reshot?
Oh, gotcha. Yes.
And he's standing there in front of the Falcon with Jabba?
Correct.
Right. So do we have
scene,
the theory craft that he gets it after the yes, correct.
So he has to get it between
the added scene, the additional scene. None of them. Any of the Jabba versions either, because they did 3 different Jabbas.
Right.
Okay. Boba Fett's always the same.
Right.
And he never has a signet. So do we want a theory craft that he got it after A New Hope, or it's just a screw up in the filming and not worry about it?
That's George
I would
Lucas right
say
there.
They'll always explain it away somehow as more than just a mistake.
It could have been a mistake at first, but now that Filoni knows, and he heard us say it,
he would have caught it right there. You're right.
Right.
You're welcome, Dave.
Yes. So now, now it could be, but I would love the answer when I saw her give him his because what was it called again? The
Mudhorn.
Thank you. The Mudhorn. And then I was like, oh my God, wow. And then, I'm with wrestling
Mudhorn
now.
signet right there, yeah.
There you go. So see, like what does it? What gives you yours?
Right.
Because I know, I'm sure that the signet on Sabine, I'm sure it's a convor. The family had a convor, right? Wasn't that all the same thing? I'm sure she didn't kill a convor. Like in battle.
No, it could be like I said, a family thing. Yeah. So.
Right. So it's a family thing. So what was it? What showed it to her? What does it? Yeah. I need an explanation. Like a clan. And Boba Fett.
The convor is the owl, right? Is that
correct? That's what
maybe
her mom was one of the owl because Bo-Katan was the
night owls.
Night owls. There you go. And her mom was one of the night owls. So there you go.
So that's maybe because you are born into it,
it's your clan.
Maybe we get somewhere after Rebels where he took off and they trained him for a while.
Maybe it has to be it, right?
Well, if you think, go ahead, Scott.
I'm just trying to do the math here. If Jango was brought in as a foundling to Death Watch, just like Din was, and the armor is one of them, and she's got that symbol, then it would be a natural progression that he would be a member of that family.
Or Din was.
But Din wasn't Death Watch.
No, I'm sorry. I'm talking about Jango.
Jango wasn't Death Watch. He was opposite.
That's right. He was.
He was true Mandalorian.
Because now we're talking.
I know.
maybe maybe there were different groups had.
We need answers, Dave. Yeah. Step it up.
We still got 2 minutes of the show to explain.
And we're just going off the few seconds that showed.
I know.
The part that was supposed to fix it all twisted me more.
Yeah.
Again, this is a reintroduction of something that a fan deciphered. Okay, is a
Actually, no. Now we're at the point of this damn mythosaur, and no matter what happens, the mythosaur is an issue, whether I had that chain code or not.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Well, I know you're right. Bringing open seasons back in the True Mandalorians and the Death Watch. You're right. That chain code killed it.
Yeah.
This is dumb. I don't want to play anymore.
Exactly. Again, we're discovering it brand new, and again, it could be answered later as we get more snippets of information. We start putting it together. So, again, this is a fan decipher on that. This wasn't like
they do it on purpose. They know their fans are going to look.
I know. I know. Trust me, I do.
Because nobody could get the ring on the scene stone.
Right.
It was like jumbo letters.
Because it probably it wasn't Arabic.
Oh, it was probably ancient.
Yeah.
We don't have ancient Jedi or Sith or.
Somebody said it was in a comic or something.
Oh, was it? I haven't even tried yet. I haven't even looked at it.
Yeah, that's what I had saw, and then they couldn't get it because it was just too weird. And now the Mandalore language, they're saying showed up in another special edition, and it was on Slave 1, and that's where that came from.
Yeah, they have that. I've seen that before. You can get it. I was thinking about getting a text, but they're all like number 1 and 7. And
it's very binary.
It's on my watch strap. It actually says Clan of 2. It's a special language.
Yeah,
it's like I and L and 1.
I don't want to mess it up, but it's like it. Of course, sounds like Mandalorian.
It's Mandalorian binary. That's what it is.
Man, something.
There you go.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So where were we?
Death Troops took the kid.
Did we go to
Slave One?
Yes,
we're all partners now.
Don't kill the kid. Don't kill the kid.
Don't kill the kid. There you go.
And that's where Boba Fett goes. I'm gonna follow, see where it is. He finds the mini light cruiser, and he says the Empire is back. I can see, what they're saying. He's like, the Empire is back. So
they're back. This isn't a spice dream,
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Because he knows what a spice dream is. So we got confirmation that
Boba smokes out a lot. Yes, Boba smokes out a lot. Yeah, it's for his pain. Did you see all the scars?
Of course.
Cataracts.
You saw that too. Acid messes you up.
Chris is just looking at it going, one of us.
One of
us. What are you talking about?
Medicinal spice.
That's right.
Yeah.
Medicinal spice dreams.
Exactly. Do we go right into Gideon's ship, or do we go to Navarro right here? I think we go to Navarro first, right?
No, we got to go to Navarro. Navarro. Let's go to Navarro. So we made our team up. No, he has to come down. They make their teams. Now he says, okay, the job's not done. He has his Beskar. Mind you, he finds the Beskar staff too.
Right.
Because we need something that can combat a dark saber or lightsaber.
Correct.
We have to have a weapon.
Yes.
Okay, so we had to grab that too. And then the ball to give the kid to make him happy later.
Well, that was his moment.
He says, okay, well, that's obvious. We did the chain code. It's obviously yours. Now we make the deal. I'm with you forever until the kid is safe.
Love it.
So we didn't really get the whole speech.
So, so Fennec, Fett, and Mando are teamed up, and they've got a ship. They've got Slave One.
Now we go to Navarro.
Yeah, we go to Navarro because Mando knows about Cara Dune and her new role that she took. She actually accepted the role for the New Republic Marshal. Yep. That puts her back into that alliance. And
again, time jumping here because that was 2 episodes ago, and she's marshaling.
Right.
She's not like, hey, I'm new on the Marshal town. I'm the Marshal.
And I say time jump too because there was no Grief.
Right.
Where's Grief Karga? That was really weird.
He retired.
Well, no, because I take it as again another time jump.
Oh, it is because the trip to Tython wasn't the next day. It was, you can have.
Correct.
Yeah.
Our Star Wars time again.
Right.
And then it was just the way that she said it.
And she's still wearing the same clothes.
Right.
Well, you'd still drink that sweat.
The thing about Tython, though, is Tython is supposed to be like in the deep core, like past Coruscant, all the way into the deep core worlds.
Yes.
But it's like he's skipping from Tatooine way the F out here, to Navarro, which is way over there.
Fennec even mentioned something about that. He goes, the Empire is back. She goes, this is deep core planets. I thought they were more outer rim.
And they're on Tython.
Yeah.
So
like they wouldn't be seen in the deep core. She mentioned, I find that dialogue. She said that.
Yes.
Because the New Republic
rules.
It
only takes 18 hours to get across the entire galaxy.
That's right.
Right.
And back.
It must have been really far because he couldn't use his jetpack to get there. So it was real far. Real far.
You'll get there faster if you jet.
Yeah.
But
he's there for a reason, right? He's asking Cara Dune to basically, we confirmed that she is now New Republic and working for them, but he's asking her, hey, I need you to look up somebody for me under the criminal records.
Yeah.
And he gives the name
Mayfield.
Mayfield, thank you. I will remember that, I swear.
Ex-Imperial sharpshooter.
Correct. Ex-Imperial Mayfield, which is
we need
Bill
to
Barr.
hack into an Imperial ship.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So she finds him, or she looks him up, and she's like, hey, you know what? I really can't be doing this, but wink, wink, I think it's...
No, she was saying no.
Yeah, but I think wink, wink, I'm going... And she didn't say she was going to, but I think she's going to help him.
Not until he said they have the kid.
They have the kid, right, yeah.
She wasn't going to. At that point, then they had the dramatic change in face.
Right.
Type of deal.
I really wanted wanted him to say, they've got Grogu, and she'd be like, who the hell's that?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Right. They took the kid.
We did get the dramatic, yes.
So
we were just missing the dun dun dun.
Yeah.
Right.
So
again,
let
me I know they do it on purpose. There's some cheesy moments, right? And really some 80s cereal type stuff too. There's some chip shit, in there. Sorry, that's like 3 today.
It's okay.
It's still PG.
It's still PG. Yeah. Absolutely.
I hate that they missed the point that I really wish you just landed in Slave One that she would have said something.
I don't know if it's that notorious, though.
No, well, but not only that was because they made a point of knowing that he landed in the Razor Crest. He's like, "Oh, I saw you."
Oh yeah.
What's his name? I can't believe you're here.
Mithril, yeah.
Yes,
right.
and yada yada yada.
Well,
and
he
then
just said, "Hey, that's Razor
in.
Crest. That's pre-Empire,
right.
right?" He just knew his ships. You know what I mean? I don't know if it was like
Slave One's pretty.
Well, I don't know if
although mind you, we're removed 5 years. 5 years removed.
Okay.
Slave One would have been known to
it's
Han
pretty
Solo,
notorious.
Lando Calrissian, the scum and villainy of things. You know, I don't.
True, the Millennium Falcon was sitting on Jakku for a while.
But
Right.
Navarro,
Okay. All right.
Navarro
I'll take it.
Navarro is the location of the guild. That was like the guild headquarters. You'd think that somebody would have recognized it. Even though it's cleaned
we're
up.
back to square one.
Well,
Even though it's cleaned up.
maybe,
But,
yeah.
Again, the bounty hunters are nowhere to be seen anymore. The guild's gone.
Yeah.
So
Because the
And
marshals
then
have
my
been
other
cleaning
point
out.
was, do you think when Boba walked in and got his stuff, do you think he saw the carbon freezing chamber and went,
Yeah.
oh, I like that?
Hey, is he gonna know grief?
I would
Yeah,
think so.
see,
I would
That'd be
definitely
interesting.
think
is
so.
that why we didn't show him? Because we are going to get a connection?
Because he would have recognized.
Well,
him.
you know what? First off, guys, they parked Cara Dune's in her office. She didn't like look out and see where the Slave One was. He went to her. You know what I mean? But not with Boba Fett. He went to her by
He's in a
herself.
different department.
Yeah, he went
That's
to her by
fair.
herself. First
That's
off,
fair.
you know,
He's in
and
accounting.
not with Boba Fett, and no one would know him probably without his mask anyway. Or
How
helmet.
dope was her computer?
Yeah, it was awesome. It was like the old microfilm in the libraries. You know, it was like
Yeah, but touch it and let me think what I want is what it was.
yeah. What's the name? Well,
Yeah.
what's that name? Just touch and it pops up. But yeah, so we get the next mission. We right there is the next mission. We need to spring Mayfield from prison, from a Republic
We're
prison.
in Ocean's 11 right now.
Yeah,
That's what's happening. We're putting together a
exactly.
posse.
To track the Imperial ship, Moff Gideon's ship. That's the next mission. That's what they're going to be
How
doing.
big of a posse is he getting now?
Oh, they're all coming.
Well, think about
he,
this.
He
If-
already thinks that he killed him once. Then he knows he's alive.
Right.
But now he's got his kid.
Yeah.
So, I mean, are you going to go?
Fennec, Mayfield.
Are you calling Bo-Katan?
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
sure.
I don't know.
But-
I don't think so.
And he'll call Ahsoka in a heartbeat,
Well,
dude.
He doesn't know that that Gideon has the dark saber.
Correct.
He never saw the dark saber,
Correct.
and that's what Bo-Katan's after. So
But he doesn't know that though.
No.
He just
I'm
needs
saying
help.
this, though. He just
She
knows-
said you can call in a favor and come to us anytime.
That's true too.
That's true.
Oh my God.
So okay,
So
we're
that's
gonna
what I'm saying.
spring
Are we
Mayfield, and then
Yeah.
we're gonna go back to Waterworld.
Are
and
we
we're
getting
gonna
that
grab
old crew
Bo-Katan
too? Mayfield's like, you
Frog
gotta
Lady.
get my crew?
and Frog Lady.
No, wait. Bo-Katan is not on Mayfield on Trask anymore. Remember, she took the Imperial ship and they went away, and the Mando jettisoned.
I'm sure he knows where she is, though.
Yeah,
Yeah. She said to find her.
She
It'll be easy.
texted his number, so
It's in the helmet. I think he just
yeah.
like brings
Let me
it
text
up.
you my number, bro.
That's
No,
the
they have one of
third
those
button.
links. If you just headbutt it, links it up.
What's gonna happen is gonna
Yeah,
it's
that's
gonna
it.
be a big battle,
Do you-
and all of a
do you
sudden the
got my
Mandalorians
info?
are gonna come. So
Got it. We're good.
you went
We're
over
good.
my helmet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's getting them all. And I'm telling you, Frog Lady will return. She is the queen of Frogland.
Kara said, "I told you to knock
with
before
all
you
her
go to my
kids
room."
now.
Yeah, all the kids are grown, dude. These are frogs. Man.
Yeah, exactly.
They're ready for battle. Her
That'd
whole
be
line is
awesome.
ready, trained. There's been a
They're
time
not
jump.
gonna go
There's
into
been at least
battle if
3
they're the
weeks.
last of the species,
Oh,
though.
are the little frogs Force users?
Yes.
And that's
Of
why
course they are.
he was chilling
What
with
They're
if
not
the
even
child
dead.
was
He was
just
incubating
storing those frogs
Yes.
and
They're
he-
gonna grow and shoot out at Gideon.
Right.
He'll have an army inside the ship.
right?
That's
Okay. We got
jumped
like
the shark.
one more
Mando
minute
Mike.
of the show to finish up.
Mando Mike says Mayfield and his crew again would be cool, and
Yeah, that's a yeah.
except for the
one dude who got-
the Twi'lek lady.
Right.
They could leave her off. and-
I
I liked her.
I think they're gonna bring on Mayfield, and he's gonna see the droid, and he's gonna fix it.
The droid was on the ship of Razor Crest. It's gone.
So-
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Well, but it's done.
I know.
It's
it
done.
blowed up.
Yeah.
What they do
Very
need is
sad
some more
now.
HK droids on their side. That's what they do need. But maybe
Oh,
he'll
so does
try
he go back
contacting Ahsoka
there?
again. Who knows?
Guys have
Oh, okay,
HKs,
because then he'd have to go get
Stormtroopers.
Ahsoka.
The next 2 episodes, he's just going to go to every planet again that he's been
Hey
to.
man,
So
honestly,
already.
Scott, I wouldn't mind that because
That'd be cool.
building the A team or something.
That's
you
what
know?
it's supposed to do. That shows everybody that nothing's filler.
Yeah.
Right. And it's only going to be next episode. Next episode is going to be the rounding up a posse.
Right.
The rest of
Yeah.
it.
Right.
That was setting that up. That's Ocean's 11's intro is right.
Are we gonna see?
And then the last
fake,
episode is.
Are we gonna see fake Solo?
And the starport just
wish.
walking around like someone mentioned in chat. I saw that someone said, "Well, I just want to see Mando in the starport, and then Han Solo and Chewie just walk by casually.
Fake Solo, that kid who killed Fennec.
No.
I don't know. I mean,
he's got to get a crew.
Yeah, but he doesn't trust that guy.
Okay. But Fennec is now part. Fennec is now part cyborg with belly, robo belly.
Right.
I don't know what they'd have to do to fix him because he was shot in the chest, wasn't he? I mean,
no, he shot her, didn't he? The kid took off.
I only watched that episode
I'm
twice.
confused.
The kid got shot by Din
because the kid killed Fennec.
Yeah, but I thought he took off. I thought he killed Fennec and took off.
Rewatch episode whatever.
Yeah, we got
we're talking about the Tatooine episode, right? The old Tatooine episode. Yeah. Okay. No, at the end of that episode, he had the child.
Yeah.
And he was going to shoot the child, but then Din had to put down his gun and he
I remember
real quick shot him.
Yep.
Shot him in the chest. He's
okay.
Yeah, he's gone.
All right.
Yeah,
Thank God.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Never mind.
But will he bring Peli Motto? Will she come help? She's obviously good in the battle.
From the water plant or the ATST.
No, she's the one with the mechanic on Tatooine. Come on.
Oh no,
the curly hair lady.
She's
curly hair lady.
Yeah. Flo? They're gonna bring back Flo?
Put a blaster in her hand. Ripley did fine. She looks just like
Ripley. Yes. Yeah.
Just without eyebrows.
Right. I saw somebody say Dr. Mandibles who fixed Fennec. Like that would be cool, right? Like there's nothing's by accident.
Hey man, right? I would love that actually.
He was a doctor on purpose.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Dr. Mandible.
Dr. Mandible. I mean, that squid head, or squid face. Yeah, exactly. Prune face.
Walrus
Dr. Mandible.
Dr. Mandible now. Yeah, wow.
That's awesome. Yeah, there's so many possibilities. I love it. The crew roundup next episode.
Okay, so basically he's going to have a big crew then.
Well, he's springing up for a reason because he can track Moff Gideon's ship and then go after him.
Because I don't want to see him get shot by stormtroopers 40 times again.
No.
Oh, it'll happen.
And walk through it.
It'll happen.
When we go, so the show goes to Moff Gideon's ship in hyperspace, right? It's he's in hyperspace, and we know that they're meeting up with the fleet because I think they mentioned.
Can I pause 1 second?
Yeah.
The hyperspace is different than everybody else's hyperspace, right?
I was just gonna say that. It looked like Rebels.
It's animated, yeah. It's animated hyperspace. It was so awesome.
Yeah.
I was first thing I saw, I'm like, oh crap, I'm watching a cartoon.
Yeah.
It was cartoony, cool. But because it came straight off, they just transitioned it to live action. It was awesome.
Right. Right. No, it was cool.
That was some of the realest stuff in the cartoons when you saw it.
I thought the same thing.
Yeah. It was so.
Sometimes the
cartoons nailed it.
Sometimes the cartoons look live action at points,
That part usually is. That's usually the most live action in that show. And they just used like the same damn one, right? Or it was like,
No, I'm serious because I was like, okay, why are we showing? Oh, that's different.
Yeah.
Of him just standing there looking at it. There was nothing going on, and it was a really long pause.
Even when the ship's angle and the way it was behind it, right? That was straight out of Rebels. And then when he was staring at the blue, it's so different. Yeah.
Yes. So I thought the same thing.
Yeah. So we're on Moff Gideon's ship, and he's coming into the detention block, whatever, and he's got a couple of stories.
Real quick, sorry. Yeah. So he is.
I'm just trying to go under 2 hours or not over 3 hours. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, but he was standing there, and my thought was that made me there too. But then, is he force sensitive?
To what? Sure. To sense what's going on?
Force sensitive. Yeah.
We had a little bit too long of a back shot staring into the. It was kind of like Ahsoka when she was there, and she heard the screams and everything.
That's what we're thinking is he's using it's not just the cloning, it's not just the dark troopers, but he's making himself force sensitive. With this blood.
He's awakening. Or
okay.
That's one of his that's what we've been theorizing.
Like a synthetic force user.
At least himself force sensitive.
And that's what I'm saying was I think that was kind of an answer of him standing there.
Yeah. I wouldn't doubt
it.
Yeah. Injecting midichlorians into his own stream. I mean, that's
Whoa. Well, at this point, we know where he's walking to, right? That's what's happening. That's why the M count's important.
If there's two or more, it's going to happen. Just don't cross the street.
Right.
Just don't cross. But yeah, to your point, he was sitting there staring. But he does that, right? I mean, when they came into the Dark Trooper one, as soon as she opened the door, he put his hands on his hips that day. Like he's very dramatic anyway, which is neat.
Yeah.
But I could see it. Yeah. And then he thought something where he's like he's sitting there, he's all senses it. it's time. I can go now.
Yeah, you know what's funny?
He's almost tired.
I just want to bring up the Black Series Moff Gideon. Yak Face compared him to a stormtrooper, and he's like really short. Watch that episode. He is short. The stormtroopers tower Moff Gideon.
Oh,
he is a short.
Have to notice that. Okay.
So have like a complex about it. It'd be dope.
It could be a Napoleon complex.
Napoleon on the Empire.
so Hasbro's paying attention to the height on that too. I mean, he's a good a head shorter than the average stormtrooper. And if you watch that episode again, he comes up to like
kind of
on them.
So. I got the 3 3/4-inch Gideon yesterday. I'll have to measure him up.
Okay,
against the stormtroopers.
See if they got that too. He's probably as big as Padme. You know,
he's pretty tiny.
He is. He's a small, short actor anyway. So, he was making fun of it.
Saber, totally Napoleon.
Yeah, they were making fun of it, but at the same time, it's kind of accurate because I was paying attention straight for that point. I was watching. Go, yeah, he is short.
I haven't noticed.
So Moff Gideon turns around to the detention center because he hears the commotion going on. Brings a couple stormtroopers with him.
Burritos done.
Yeah. And obviously, so he opens the door and he just sees the child sitting there, manhandling 2 stormtroopers with the force choking one, shaking the other one, slamming on the ground, and
choking,
flinging them around.
So I mean, and Moff Gideon, the other 2 stormtroopers were trying to like interject, and Moff Gideon's like, wait,
wait for it,
and with a smile on his face too, because obviously he knows it's going to wear him out too. So I just want to get to it and we could discuss it. So like. So he slams the stormtroopers, doesn't kill him, just slams them, and they limp away and walk away, and the kid kind of passes out in a little bit of exhaustion, and Moff Gideon.
He needed his asthma pump. You can hear him wheezing.
yeah.
Somebody get that kid an asthma pump.
Gets like character in Moff Gideon. He's like psychologically gonna torture him right now. Pulls out his darksaber, boom. It's like, have you seen one of these? And the child reaches for him, and he just like jokes when he's like, you don't, you'll poke an eye out with this thing, and which is funny. And
is it from you recognize this from years past? Like he knows this kid was in the temple.
Yeah.
Gideon knows a lot.
Yes. That was a very important part.
Yeah.
So that's got to mean that we know he's high up anyway, but he's got access to records that not everybody has.
And he knew he was getting that he would get tired.
Yeah, he knew. That's why.
That's what we were talking.
He knew he was getting tired. Exactly.
We know though that Gideon has this information because Gideon had the information on Din. That's how we learned Din's name. That's how we learned Cara Dune and where she came from,
right.
What she was. And he has all of this information.
I think originally he might have been.
But I mean, how quickly he can get information about this kid.
Right.
If he knew he was in the temple from years past, it's not easy. Nobody else knew. Ahsoka didn't know.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's secret records somehow he got into. This kid was pretty much hidden because we didn't even know about it.
The Emperor, the Imperial Palace was the Jedi Temple. So, all those records could be available to the higher ups.
Right.
So,
yeah.
I'm saying when it went down, he just took over and just
then
jumped
still filling in about the Emperor.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Right. Moff Gideon's teasing the child. Child just kind of like, confused and reaching out for the darksaber stuff, and he comes back, and Moff Gideon just tells the trooper just stun him, and the freaking stun him and shackles him, and tells
those itty bitty little shackles.
I know,
man.
They just had him.
Bro, right when he says it too, shackle him. I was like, we got him in different sizes.
Yeah, exactly.
I was just thinking, damn, they're actually going to shoot the kid.
That's yeah.
Like even a stun. I'm like, wow, you just shot the kid.
The most hated stormtrooper ever.
Yeah,
set to stun.
Next to the biker scouts that punched him, right? So that's it's but yeah. So we learned that he's meeting up with the fleet. I think he said he goes, we're meeting up with the fleet to that one lieutenant that he was talking to, the girl one, and he also said inform Dr. Pershing that I have the donor.
Right.
Yes. And that's how this episode ended. But couple things, we're going to go back to the whole force using here on Grogu's part. But if the Mandalorian is tracking Gideon, he's going to be facing not just the ship. I'm assuming he's going to have to infiltrate the fleet here to get to him.
I would like to see it where they get the crew together, they get to the fleet, and it fails. and they have to retreat and regroup, and that's where that leaves the season.
Absolutely.
Our empire ending that we even called too.
Yeah, exactly. This is the dark one. Let's leave it cold. They actually go on a mission and fail. I like that. That's what I liked about Last Jedi the best.
Right.
Is we had failures in the missions. Let's do it right now because he is unstoppable.
Yeah, like we mentioned before, it almost has to do this.
Yes.
To propel what's going to happen. We got it's headed there, and I'm really excited for it. It's like the calm before the storm is the next episode, and we're
we still get Boba because
we still
he's
get
indebted
Boba.
to him.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he's indebted to him.
Yep.
Until we finally save the child when Boba sacrifices himself to save Grogu.
No.
Which thus properly ending Boba's arc.
Right.
We can get his story prequel-wise.
Right.
The time in between and beforehand.
No,
He'll
you're
sacrifice himself and Din becomes the owner of Slave.
Okay, if we're going to have a show in between, though, then I still better get Tamora. And do we bring back Daniel Logan?
Why?
No.
At this point? No.
So playing the young. All right, Daniel, I'm still shooting for it.
Playing like no.
He tried it today, too, and I still told him no.
Yeah.
I saw that, too.
No,
He's trying. I give it to him.
He is trying.
And so is the other dude.
We won't
The
see
dude who
Boba
played,
without his helmet.
In the special edition.
Yes.
Yeah.
That dude's hard, too. Like, we can both do it.
Yeah.
Yep. That's right.
I'm shooting.
They hang out together. They do bounty boxes together.
Yeah, I'm shooting for both of them.
You talk about short, though. Daniel's kind of he's a little guy.
Give him the Tom Cruise shoes.
There you go.
Let him get in there. He'll be fine.
All Force perspective.
Okay, so let's end our talk with the Grogu Force using, manhandling people, because there's some controversy out there. Some people thinking that that's a total dark side thing that he's tampering in and using that stuff. We had our discussion in our little chat in our chat rooms and stuff like that because of the Force choking. Okay. Now I'm gonna put it out there, and we can all discuss and everything. So, at this point, and this is why I brought up in the very beginning of the episode where he didn't even want to. He dropped the ball and didn't want to show Din the Force. Just moving rocks was hard for him or scared for him. But in fight or flight kind of mode, he's out there. He could kill. He could do whatever he wants to do. Now, everybody, Force choking is not a specific Sith light ability. Okay, it's a defensive mechanism. It's reaching out with the Force and grabbing somebody. It happens to be their throat because that's the vulnerable point on people. He probably did it to the Mudhorn.
It might not be a nice place to grab, but it's not a dark side trait.
We're pretending like he's never done this before. He grabbed Kara by the throat.
Yeah. Well, the Mudhorn, he could have been doing that too. So exactly. What I'm trying to get at is that he's reaching out with the Force. Now, this isn't a.
So they're saying this just because we've seen Vader do it.
Exactly. Yeah. So Vader
and Luke.
We saw Luke do it in Return of the Jedi.
That's just being a dick move because you have the power.
It's instinct.
Well, here's the thing.
He has to protect himself. These guys
he's got to exactly. So
Jedi. Because I'm saying because Vader's so menacing and tall, like that's his. I'll choke you out.
Bitch. A Jedi will decapitate you under defense. Defense, a defense mechanism. Yep. They will suspend you and throw you in the way. They'll do a bunch of stuff. I mean, Jedis will use the Force for defense. Okay, Grogu didn't kill those two stormtroopers, by the way. He didn't snap their necks. Vader used that ability to reach out to torture, to get information. He did it to his officers. He did it slowly for a point. Okay, the Vader's using of it on for show, that is a dark side thing, but not the ability itself. So
it's just the Force power.
Now, if Grogu was sitting there with Force lightning, throwing them all over the place, and that
if I ever see his fingers spark, I'm losing.
If that's a direct dark side trait, that's a dark side trait, not Force choking. So I want to get that out there because a lot of people are like, he's got to be dark because he's doing that. It's like no, Grogu is
he's supposed to be a kid, a child.
Mm-hmm.
He got torn away from his dad. He speaks in childlike babble, is what we're thinking. He was just doing it to do it.
It's reaching out and it's defense. Like I said, defense mechanism. He's done this before, like Scott said. It's nothing new. I just want to put out there, like Grogu is a Force user. He's not a Jedi. He's not Sith. He doesn't have a creed. He doesn't have a motto he goes by. That's what Jedi and Sith are. It's a specific code and stuff that they do.
Dark Helmet does worse.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So again, but that show of like Grogu trying to defend himself was awesome. He knows he's in dire straits, right? He knows he's where he's at. And Moff Gideon knows.
Now, the only time he really used his power without emotion involved was to try to heal Din and when he healed Grief.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Other than that, pretty much end the cookies. I think that was emotional. Like I said, that was one of the two. He was either pissing the kid or
I get emotional when I'm hungry. So
he was hangry.
See, yeah.
Well, he also did it when the kid wasn't looking to give away the secret.
Hanger leads to 8. There you go.
Yeah.
Sorry. We gotta
I use some Dark Force powers when I'm hungry.
Again,
too.
the child doesn't want to just do showcase juggling in front of people because that puts him in this different spotlight, and people will.
And what we know is supposedly he knows way more than that.
Yeah. Well, I was talking to somebody the other day, and they said, they're talking about the child being 50. I said, okay, yeah, I think, we see physically he's a child, and I think mentally he's still a child. Mentally, that's why even 20 years of training could still be at this level of the mental capacity of this species is not developed to the point where Anakin can learn this stuff in 2 years, where it took Grogu 20 years to develop this certain.
He just absorbs information. That's why he's so wise later.
Yeah.
Right? Or Yoda. I'm just using Yoda as the example, obviously.
Yeah. He's using the Force like Rey used the Force. Rey used the Force kind of out of control and sporadic and stuff like that. Not until where she tapped into those dark side powers to, and we know why now is because whatever. So, it's just like I said. I saw it as he's just defending himself using the Force. So I didn't look into it as anything other than that. I really didn't.
The best meme that I seen was they showed him flying across, making him fly across, and it says 10-year-old me playing Dark Forces.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay,
Perfect.
yeah, that works too.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's all he was doing was.
So with the shortest episode, we happen to probably do our longest episode of talking about this thing because there was so much involved in it. And yes, I blinked and it was over. It was short.
It was like 10 minutes long.
It was, 10 minutes.
But he gave us a lot
everything
of stuff.
in it. I loved everything about it.
Everything.
It gave us so much again.
Yeah.
I do feel that we're leading up to this big battle.
Yeah.
But with just to try and save the child, like we called, I don't think it's going to work out.
Yeah.
And then to see this called the tragedy, what happened to the Razor Crest, we lost the kid.
Yeah.
We get Boba Fett back. That was awesome. And all that. I mean, literally, it was like me watching a whole episode of Robot Chicken.
Right.
Like, it was just great.
Yeah.
Like, that was hilarious, too, because everything, the way that it was shot and everything, somebody actually dubbed Robot Chicken over the Boba Fett scenes. Yeah. And it matches completely. I freaking loved it. Yes. And so that was great. I wanted to bring up one thing, though, before it was, too. I even loved the Stormtrooper shots because that was like a kid fantasy as well, too, because we got to see the Sand Trooper. Well, we knew as a Sand Trooper.
The Pauldron?
We called him, we called him Sand Trooper because of the Pauldron.
Right.
The yellow one shows up.
The Mortar Trooper.
Mortar Trooper.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
Like, right, exactly.
I'm like, another figure I got to buy. God.
Yep.
Yes, it was such a kid fantasy. He's yelling at this, you idiots.
Yeah.
And the whole flank left and the whole.
Really exaggerated, too.
Yes,
Again, the Stormtrooper with the Pauldron is another example of the First Order because that's when the first time we seen that. Stormtroopers with just a regular Pauldron, not a Sand Trooper.
Correct.
And
but
so that's
to
another
us, it was labeled as a
transformation of the First Order. As far
Sand
as
Trooper.
Except for Rebels. They were in Rebels. They
correct.
Were,
okay.
They
changed. It was rank, not sand anymore.
Yeah.
It was
rank. It was a
yeah.
ranking. Yes.
Well, even in Sand
still
Troopers, there was a
colors.
rank, the yellow or the orange.
Right.
Yeah, okay. A Rebel.
But it was so cool because I imagine it as us. If people gave us Stormtrooper suits and a camera and they said, go shoot in the desert, that's us.
Yes.
When you saw everything there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a grief from people was saying it looked kind of fan filmy. But you know what? I did see that depending on which TV I was watching it on.
Right.
If you watch it on a super high def,
right,
it is a little too like
That's why I don't
how do you
have
say
that.
it? Like
I don't do
soap
that because
opera-y
of,
looking.
yeah, you
right?
use the dynamic of things. Yeah.
Yeah, you dumb it down a little bit, and it's as straight as could be and perfect.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I could see when I had that on a different TV. I
Yep.
was like, I can see that.
It's all about the megahertz, people. Nothing
But
over 60. Don't watch anything over 60. It looks
It's
fake.
Crazy.
Star Wars. You got to remember when this was shot, and he's trying to go for the same thing again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's
Yeah,
on
I mean,
people's
yeah.
TVs. If you're
This,
watching anything over
know?
60 hertz on a TV, it's gonna look fake.
I watched it. I
That's
had
the
to switch
problem.
from game to TV in the back,
Yeah.
and that's the
Yeah.
best way to watch
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely. Channel 3, Channel 4.
yes.
Hey, we didn't talk about the boulder scene, did we?
No,
Oh, the
so fun.
Just wanted to say that was awesome.
it was badass.
Okay, so do you think she's more super powered
Oh,
because
she
of
had,
her
like-
She's got them.
robotics?
She's got the
Maybe.
robotic abs. She can like do
That's-
some extra.
Well, that's
See,
what I
it, blew
thought.
it,
Well,
it broke it with the mortar.
Yeah,
It broke
exactly.
it
They made a
it.
point
and
to break.
the E-Web gun, right?
Yeah.
Which is not
Okay.
as powerful as Gideon makes it out to be. I've seen it in 2 other episodes now, and it's done jack.
Right.
Right? The E-Web is we're good now.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
forgot where I was going.
Yeah. No. No. Again,
Do you think that she has like some type of stronger power because of
Some
the-
cybernetics,
Maybe a little
yeah.
bit in her abs, but the rock was broke off, but maybe a little bit.
Yeah, they
She was
made a
pretty
point to
powerful
loosen the rock.
I like her. I just like to think they're a little bit stronger than.
yeah. Why not? Like
They
I said, she's
Yeah.
got some cybernetics in her now.
when she
that
was
and,
when she was running across the rock, I heard.
And
You went
here's the
slow-mo on
funny
your
thing.
screen too. It was like,
Yeah.
like the blur was cool.
Here's
Yeah.
the funny thing. She's running away. They're shooting at her. She's running sideways on a rock that's kind of like a rock wall where if she just would have gotten behind it,
Right.
she wouldn't have had any problems.
Yeah, but then she wouldn't have had
been
that
able to hit
cool
her.
turnaround shoot.
then we wouldn't
right.
have that cool scene,
Yeah.
Scott.
That was probably
I
the
know.
coolest kill, right? That was kill of the week. No, not really, but
No.
the kills of the
No,
week.
I think knee rockets were one of
Knee
the
rockets or gaffing stick to the
Oh!
stormtrooper's helmet.
I think
Yeah.
crushing helmets because it was
Yeah.
with the armor when she was crushing helmets. That was the fight of the week. So.
Yeah.
Boba freaking Fett. But then he switches and he puts it on, and then you see that knee shot. Oh,
You know, because
And
in
this
the
thing,
in the
whatever,
visual,
whatever
dic-
this thing was. where
Yeah.
he's like, shooting
well, the
out
visual
of-
dictionary does have it where
Does.
Boba Fett, it does says mini rockets on his
Yeah.
on his shin guards or the knee pad. They do have it on there.
And
I'm
again,
pretty
that
sure I can
is
find
out
somewhere
there.
in Legends where he used them.
that's us
Yeah.
out
Probably.
there, and Chris pointing to it and saying, "Can we use this?
Yeah.
Let's do this."
Dave Filoni's like, check this out. Make that happen right there.
Yeah.
Knee pad.
Right?
These guys are awesome.
Yeah, they're right there.
Yep.
Look at that.
It's
You
awesome.
can put all sorts of different things in them. It's like an
Yeah.
arrow, like you can have
Yeah.
a quiver.
I freaking loved it,
It's
and
great.
that's what I was saying was I do love that part because, man, that was us running around out
Yeah,
there.
that was us
making a
cosplaying
movie.
and
yeah,
lar-
exactly.
what they call that LARPing, you know, in the that's us
I'm gonna
Any
LARPing.
be
armor, I'll LARP any day.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be Boba Fett, and I'm gonna use everything that I have on me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look really cool.
Yep.
Like, it was just, oh
How
god.
come he gets to be Boba again? I gotta be a stormtrooper.
Yeah.
Can,
Chris just
whenever he
load the
shoots you,
rocket.
whenever he shoots you, can you scream like they did? Because there was a lot of
I loved it too.
Yeah, it was great.
Come more times there, Scott, for the listeners in the back.
For the listeners. Yeah.
On my third time, I realized that they were screaming, and it just wasn't me that kept on.
Yeah, right. Where's
Right.
that high pitched scream? That's your
Yeah.
dad in the living room. Don't worry about it. Boba Fett. They must have had Boba Fett on or something. I don't
It
know.
was great.
It was
There's no
a,
screaming on the TV. It's muted. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it was still all me.
again, shortest episode. I think this was the shortest episode I know of this
It's
season.
27 minutes.
Right, and
Yeah.
we still had a 15-minute fight scene in the middle of it, and it still had more information, I think, than the Ahsoka episode. So
It had 2-hour movie worth of story
Yeah, it
in
did.
27 minutes.
it did, because like there's so
Amazing.
much more that we can expand on that we didn't get talking on here. That I'm sure that it will carry over in our independent talks and chat rooms on our social medias, by the way, and on our Instagram and Twitter and Sarlacc Digest Central and Facebook.
Where can I find you, Marco?
Yeah, you can find us all on those social media sites, expanding the conversation there. So everybody, like, subscribe, make sure it's your favorite, make sure it's your place to go. SarlaccDigest.com, which will be updated pretty soon.
We have a website. We
promise.
we went and lost that, didn't we? We were on a roll.
There was not a lot of news, right?
No.
We would like to post news and stuff, but it's all about Mando and stuff. So Mando Mondays will continue again for the next 2 Mondays, because as you know, I am doing the outro now. So everybody in the chat room, thank you so much for all your input and joining us today. And meet us again next Monday. Again, we use Friday, Saturday, Sunday as non-spoiler dates for all our social media. Monday is open season, so we'll start that That's why we do our show on Mondays. So, with that, guys, I think we're done tonight. Ernie, you got something to add? Go for it.
What was our release today for Mando Monday? Just the Nerf gun?
Oh,
dude, a Moff Gideon pop that we already have with a T-shirt.
Oh, was it?
That was it?
And the
lightsaber
Nerf
glows.
pulse rifle.
And then the Nerf gun, right?
That was blown
which
up
I was
too.
Right, which I was, like, oh man, you missed that one. Which I was like, oh, that's cool. I'll get one of those. And then it was like 140 or something, right?
Oh, was it that much?
What it was?
No, I think it's 120.
Oh, still
Okay,
too
so
much.
it is. It's over 40.
20
Yeah,
bucks
right,
would be
exactly.
good.
That's my thing. I was like, oh no, forget it. I'll wait on that.
Yeah, I would have bought it for
120.
dude.
$120, but it's 5 feet tall, almost 5 feet tall.
Is it? Well,
here's the thing. They had one for Halloween, which was like $20. You could have got that and painted it and done the same thing. This one just shoots a Nerf dart. That sucks.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, it's got a better detail, I'm sure, but anybody with cosplay skills would have fixed the other one.
If it can disintegrate the kids because they didn't bring me the remote, I'll get it. But until that time,
or fire really, really hard to sting, right? Like, I mean,
that'll be on clearance in February.
Yeah.
Good. I can't wait.
Sure.
I want one then too.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Get some.
They don't hang on the wall back here.
Okay, if you guys see, and this is everybody in chat too, if you guys see the Mando and Yoda Target exclusive, mine got canceled. So I need one.
Okay.
Oh yeah. And it wasn't officially, they keep pushing it back. As of today, I'm pushed back to February.
Oh God.
And that means I'm not getting it.
There's so much being pushed back. It's not even funny, honestly.
Right.
So.
Supposedly
Walmart,
our Target got another shipment of them in today.
I checked, I didn't see it. Well, anyway, if you guys see it, can you grab it, please?
Of course.
Yeah.
Because it was awesome. The Walmart stuff, everybody's gotten their deliveries, and that actually ended up working out for people. So that's very cool.
Right.
That's awesome. But now we're in this of the Target, which was going very smooth, but it was only like 6 to store, Scott, or something.
Yeah.
And so, I couldn't get that. I was at work. And then I got on too, like under the 30 seconds that it went up. Oh, we were live that day when I said.
Yeah.
Right. Yes.
So my order went through, but as of this morning now, it's pushed back till February.
Mando Mike just says he's got 2 coming in, Ernie.
Let me know, sir, please. I would appreciate it. I just need one. Be greatly appreciated because that was the hottest thing right now that very cool too. I went to Frank & Sons, and it's a double-edged sword to see Star Wars popular again and everybody wanting it.
Right.
But those prices are so
absolutely. Yeah.
Jacked up, man.
And it's Christmas time. I'm not buying it until after Christmas.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
right.
But you know what I mean is we've kind of been put on the back burner for a while, and it was just whatever.
Right.
Like Star Wars stuff is always hard to get. But right now, when you see everybody asking for it, from collectors to kids, and seeing it up there,
the kids have to get in on it too.
Popular.
I mean, really, it's just
Oh, bastard.
The heck.
right? Yeah. So that was very cool. But that's like your hot ticket right now. So I know that was missed, but with such a huge episode, I thought it was pretty crazy that we didn't have like this big Mando Monday reveal.
I think they've stopped on Mando Monday since probably the 2nd or 3rd episode.
Yeah.
The first couple were awesome.
As far as the Black Series go, I'm glad for this rest. I'm glad for this lull in releases, but I did hear the rumor of 4 more releases by Christmas coming. Black Series wise, and they're coded fire, wind, water, and rain.
Like in stock or pre-order?
No, this is brand new. This is pre-order for brand new figures. 4 more coming before the end of the year. I know. I'm like,
it isn't the rest of the Bad Batch.
It's I don't think so. Well, Yakface says no. It's not the archive figures, which are coming also, and it's and it's not some.
Chris, you're gonna need one of those, right?
The Lucasfilm ones.
No, the archive.
The Thrawn archive, yeah.
That was that archive?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh no, I don't need the archive because that's the regular one I have. What I need is the gold 50th Lucasfilm.
That's the archive.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the archive.
That's the archive.
Oh, that's the one I want.
Yeah.
December 18th, I think, is the release date.
14th. Sorry, December. Well, I saw 14th, but I have to double check. But it's Cody, Thrawn, Luke and Hoth, and Han and Hoth.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So you do want a Thrawn?
Oh yeah. For sure. I thought it was just gonna be like one of the. I guess I would have got the pack too.
I need all 4 of those, but I don't need Thrawn. I don't need Thrawn, so I'll give mine to Chris if I find it. So.
Okay.
Yay.
Yeah. So okay, guys. Ernie, take us out since you kind of were going that way. So.
Yeah, guys. Thanks for joining us tonight and everything. We greatly appreciate it. Tune in again next week as we are here at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We'll go over the next episode. We got 2 left, right, guys?
Yeah.
2 more episodes plus Cabin Scott we're interviewing on the 16th.
Okay.
So I want to remind everybody we're not going live that day, but Scott and I believe, are the only 2 that are going to be able to get on it because it's going to be noon Pacific time.
Yeah.
Because he's overseas.
Yes.
So we'll rock that, get it done, and get it out hopefully that evening.
Stay in touch with us on Instagram and Twitter, and I'm sure we'll update that accordingly, especially the Facebook page and that. Don't forget about our also sarlaccdigestpodcast.com. We'll do that. We do have a Patreon as well. Also, we'd appreciate any type of help with that. Greatly appreciated. And the best thing that we ask for you guys is just to share this. Share it with your friends. Tell them when we're on. Tell them to come check it out. We do Line Talk, Theorycraft. What you see tonight is us. We were missing Bootleg Joe, bootleg_Joe on Instagram, Fanboy Mike on Instagram, Darth Moocher. You got Chris, who is Darth Dad, but don't forget Hot Topic on Instagram, Hot Topic Podcast, where he goes in. It's our little sideshow and like that. And then you have the art of Scott Solo to follow on there too.
I'm your number one fan.
But it's still available. We got some stuff coming up in March, but our best way to keep in touch with us is on Instagram, Twitter, Sarlacc Digest Podcast. Check us out on there. Don't forget to join our Facebook, and we will see you guys next Monday then.
Yes, and whatever else we drop on YouTube. Because we do drop toy reviews. We do drop other things.
We do a lot of stuff for these 6 people listening.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We had a good turnout today. So I'm so appreciative of people that come out and they want to talk Mandalorian with us and Star Wars with us. So, again, we'll see you guys next Monday live with that.
Keep it nerdy.